Well, hello there, everybody. Say hello, everyone.
Hello, girls.
Hi.
Hello, everyone. Hey.
Wyatt, say hello.
I already
did.
already said hi.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear you.
All right, start again. Everyone, do it again.
Turn
Turn it off.
But before we get started, I need to make an apology. Last video was very unprofessional, and I heard the feedback, and I want to say I'm sorry. My audio was actually pretty not good. I was very quiet, and some people couldn't really hear me. We have gotten that issue sorted out with new technotisms. Wyatt helped me set up some
I
audio
grabbed him
stuff.
by the ear and basically said, "We're fixing this right now."
Yeah, and it's much better. There's still gonna be some growing pains and tweaking here and there, but I think it is better. So, I deeply apologize for last time. Anyways, let's get started with cinema wins.
Also,
Everything
fuck
great.
all of Chris Stuckman's fans. Suck it, bitch.
I was going to say, like, yeah,
Out the window.
I don't think we apologize for any of that shit. His
No.
fans
I was gonna
are
say,
morons.
No.
I think he was very clear about what he was apologizing for.
No,
Yeah,
yeah, it was very clear.
It is very
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I want to be fair. I don't care if you're a fan of Chris Stuckman, but if you're like going against people that are calling him out on this stuff, you're just an idiot. But moving on.
Yeah,
And
that's in. What were you saying, Wyatt?
Well, the point, like one of the last points I was gonna make about like the whole bullshit that we went through was the people basically calling out that like, what we're talking about isn't real, or like
Oh,
these
that I
issues are
lost.
so
That was
minor.
so funny. That was so funny. Those people who are trying to defend him don't realize that what they're saying is he is so insignificant that he's not worth talking about. And I don't believe that's what they meant, but that is what they said by saying we talk about real issues and not Chris Stuckman.
Yeah, and then there was just that person that was like, some people care about Palestine, some people care about Ukraine, and there's these people care about Chris Stuckman. I just flat out just went, yeah, and I bet you actually don't give a shit about these unless it's to own someone.
Well, it's that incredibly stupid logic though, isn't it? Because if you just like, man, I really enjoy this, and you're like, tut. Did you know there's kids starving in Africa?
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
but I got a parking ticket as well. Don't you understand? There's people in Ukraine, and you're like, these have nothing to do with each other. What are you talking about?
yeah, it's like these are completely separate issues. I can feel bad for like starving children in Africa, but still feel frustrated that I got a goddamn parking ticket.
But
Yeah.
anyway,
But moving on.
Okay.
Chris Stuckman's a bitch. Now we're gonna talk about
Yes.
somebody else.
Yeah, we're gonna
That's
talk about
also a
cinema
bitch.
wins. Is he?
Well, to
No, I
be
don't-
fair, we
I don't think he
haven't
is.
watched the video yet.
I mean,
So
I've seen
We've
enough of his
seen other
content.
stuff in relation to him. What was the
Yeah.
last thing we covered? It was the Kong
The
versus
Godzilla.
Zilla.
Yeah, like a couple, like 2-3 years ago now. Jesus Christ.
I don't know. Was anyone here for TCAP's stream where we did the?
Oh my
Cinema
God!
Wins thing
Yeah, I
for,
was there for Multiverse
for,
of Madness.
Yeah, that was hilarious. So me and Jacob were there for that one, and yeah, that was cringe. The video, not the movie. The movie was cringe for different reasons.
That's fair.
Yeah, but here is everything great about Starship Troopers. Now, Starship Troopers is a great movie.
It's pretty good. Any
So
I don't think they have
Out
actual
of
flaws other
curiosity-
than just
out of
surface level
curiosity,
stuff.
why are we covering wins, not sins?
Because when like Cinema Sins released like a Starship Troopers video years ago, meanwhile because of the popularity of Helldivers, Cinema Wins just out of nowhere dropped this.
Which is fair.
So
if you want to capitalize on it,
No,
that's
yeah, no,
okay.
that's not the
Yeah,
problem.
no, I know. I'm just
It's more recent in terms of the algorithm, and also, let's face it, even when Sins is complimenting something good, he's still an idiot.
I'd be curious to say like everyone's different thing about like how familiar everyone is with Starship Troopers because I only watched that movie for the first time today. I really enjoyed it, but yeah.
So,
And I watched it again this morning.
Nice.
I watched it twice this morning, actually.
Really good movie.
I was
Yeah.
hardcore grinding in Helldivers, so
As I don't know if it's like a commonly aware thing, but I don't own that many movies. I will buy something if I really, really like something. I own a copy of Starship Troopers. It's like,
Yeah. Wyatt owns the IP.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I just like one Starship Troopers, please, at the stock market, and I
Mhm.
slapped
Um,
down $1.
so my introduction to
$1.50, come
Starship,
on.
my introduction to Starship Troopers is very different from everyone else here. The first thing I ever watched Starship Troopers related was the 3D animated children's show called Roughnecks.
What?
Excuse me.
There was a 3D
Of all of the
animated.
fucking things to make a children's cartoon about, I don't
Hey,
think
they
this
made
is it, Chief.
they made a children's cartoon about RoboCop.
I feel like that could be. I feel like that could be easier because RoboCop is a cop doing the good thing. Starship Troopers is about fascism fighting fucking bugs.
No, yeah, but the cartoon could be a cartoon for children about space democracy. So it's.
Well, the
No,
thing is like
it's just I
if
can't see it. I
it
can't
has-
see the ultraviolence being brought down to kitty thing because that's all the fucking.
well, I
thing
mean,
is.
no, well, you can
I
have
thought you watch
bugs
anime.
explode in like.
That was-
True. I'm
You
talking
can
about.
have
I'm talking about
Yeah,
children's cartoon.
Well, no, the children's cartoon thing, like, and censorship, like Samurai Jack, remember, is a children's cartoon, and the first episode,
I would say that's
like,
a teen show more than a kids thing.
it was still Cartoon Network, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it had one of the lower age ratings.
Let's find out.
And when he's slicing up the robots and all the oil's getting around, that was supposed to be blood, but it got censored to being oil, and he got fucking drenched in that stuff.
Yeah, it's literally the second episode.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm just looking at pictures of this.
Pictures of what?
The Roughneck
And
show on my
The
phone.
Roughneck show. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Samurai
Uh,
Jack is rated. I don't know. It's rated a 15 in the UK. TV
Okay,
14.
So
Okay,
yeah,
so it
but
did
here's
hit
the
the
thing.
teen
Here's the
rating.
thing. I don't know if that's post the last season though. The last season kind of got graphic.
And
Oh
well,
yeah,
his
the
thing- so-
last
so-
yeah, the
well,
last
yeah.
season was.
I've never seen it. So in the UK it was PG until the last season, when it was series 15. In the UK it is TVY7 and then TV14 for the final
Okay.
season.
All right, fair
I don't
enough.
know what. I'm assuming that just means young.
Yeah, it
7,
means
I guess.
Roughneck Starship Troopers Chronicles.
I need to
Yeah,
see this. I want to look at this.
and
We
yeah,
should
and-
no fucking if you got your OBS on, literally open another tab and show people this shit.
Streamlabs
No,
has
it's-
it.
Oh,
like,
and-
yeah.
I was going to say
Okay.
I set his stuff up to only be able to record the window. for the
So
moment.
so
Yeah, but
I
if you open
know.
another tab on the window, shouldn't it?
No,
just
the
pull up
watch
the-
together
it
specifically.
It zoomed in
The
everything.
the like little
Uh-huh.
viewing window of the watch together, and that's it. Like everything else is just like if I were to go somewhere else, it'd be weird.
Hey, so audience, I know we promised that we're gonna do the everything great about Starship Troopers, but we're actually gonna do a watch together for a rough
we're
things. We're
watching
just
Rough.
gonna
Stop everything to watch Roughneck.
This looks sick. I want to watch this now.
So,
Alright,
yeah.
fuck this one.
Uh,
All right, guys,
I
we'll
wanna-
talk to y'all later. Dragon Den canceled. Bye.
to like how many guesses, like of all the guesses of the points that wins will make, how many bad faith takes against the Federation do you think he'll have?
We'll see. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah,
but
we'll
that's actually-
see. The thing is though, like
I think
Wins
he's gonna have a few
doesn't.
of them.
I mean, he might have a few, but like Wins doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would have that. But he might go, haha, satire
This-
or something like that.
This
Well,
could
see, yeah.
this could just be a nothing burger.
I mean,
Yeah.
I have genuinely no idea whenever I watch Cinema Wins because sometimes it's like fine, like
Yeah,
and
his
then other
Spider-
times it's absolutely insane, and you're like, I don't understand.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
I think.
I was just saying, I really like the Spider-Verse video, the first one. I haven't seen the second one, but the first one was really nice.
Yeah, he can do some good work. It's just like oddly enough, when he did his Puss in Boots video, he made just a lot of nothing points, and including made a lot of non-explanatory points, such as during a certain during the beginning fight, he just suddenly said, I think we learned the wrong lesson from Spider-Verse
Oh.
and Mitchell's versus the Machines, and didn't elaborate. It's like, what?
Yeah,
just-
it was like as if he was saying like the change in animation style for these specific bits, which are obviously quite stylized, is bad, and you're like, why is it bad? And he's like, moving on. You're like, what?
Yeah.
I
So
don't-
even when he's
that's not
talking about a
him.
good thing, sometimes he just utterly drops the ball.
Yeah, it was more like I remember when I saw that and I just like blinked and went, excuse me, what the? I don't understand. It's like, well, what are you talking about?
Also, like he
Max, stop
yeah.
it.
In terms of like his any politicisms that do link in, like during his Phantom Menace cinema wins, he was like, "Oh, I see the ET people, bunch of fascists," and
Oh yeah.
then
I
Bing.
I want to point just so we can get our biases out on the table. I just want everyone at the last election I voted for democracy, so you know, just
I mean, I also voted for democracy.
yeah,
I
so
mean,
we're doing our part.
I don't really have much of a choice, but to vote for
I
democracy.
don't just vote for democracy. I give it to you violently.
I vote for anarchy. You can't vote for anarchy.
Damn it.
Well, you know what? Will I not be playing Helldivers? I'm doing my part.
Yeah, he's our propaganda manager while we're
Exactly.
off fighting the bugs.
Every time we
But
kill a
well,
bug,
you
he
see,
just
we
says
need
based.
we
Speaking
need
of
more
fighting the
anime
bugs.
cat girls. All right,
Speaking of fighting the bugs.
Let's get this show started.
yeah.
Inventive font treatments and graphics throughout. Plain, bold text on black for the title. It's the one thing that isn't propaganda, unless you look at the poster art, I guess.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
Okay.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
Okay. Did you have something to say?
No, I was just saying there was really nothing. So.
Like that was a nothing point, yeah.
I'm not quite sure. What it is.
Okay, full disclosure, I saw this around 14, 15 years old, and I had no idea this was a satire about a fascist society, so weirdly funny moments like this really threw me, and I just thought, ha, cute, not, oh, that's dark. Also, this movie
Okay.
What?
I mean,
Okay.
like,
So the
It's-
idea of like getting a child like into like throwing their life away, because the movie isn't subtle about the satire though. So I don't
No,
know.
it's
quite
really
cynical.
not.
However,
But it's a satire of like militarism, but not necessarily a fascist.
I was gonna
Problem-
say I don't
problem
know.
is-
I don't know
problem
about
is-
fascism.
Problem is 99% of people who say fascism don't actually know how to fucking define it.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
I
yeah.
honestly thought it was weird, like a satire of like military propaganda kind of itself. Is kind of what I kind of got
Yeah,
from
of
it.
just
Like,
of just pure militarism. Like
yeah.
Yeah, because like you have to, like, a lot of people have to earn their citizenship.
Yeah.
Like in a
here's
fascist
the
society,
thing-
you don't really earn your citizenship. You're either a citizen or you're against the wall.
Yeah,
well,
and
no,
if-
but here's in this thing though, it's not like people that aren't citizens aren't like allowed to live their lives. It's just like it's just like a class system, but like it's earned kind of thing. But it's not like civilians. It's separated as can't do a lot of shit. It's just like there are like you like I think they make it quite clear in the thing. You can't like run for office and stuff like that unless you're a citizen and stuff like that.
yeah, like you can't. There are certain jobs that are indeed locked off via citizenship.
They seem a lot of
But
public
they're-
office jobs. It seems to be.
But a lot of stuff like breeding licenses and all that stuff it seems like as long as you have the money, you're able to bypass some stuff. Like with Rico's family was very well off. Slur and Jake and I talked about this last time while we were rewatching the movie. That's like because Rico's family is well off, they've been able to avoid like their almost civilian status for the moment. Because like with like they were able to go to Zegama Beach.
Yeah.
I love the way the dad says that, Zegama Beach.
I mean, it's definitely not like a
prob-
happy like a chill society, but you know, I don't think it's evil or anything.
No.
And the thing is, like, we don't know that like their family before them actually were like in the military, and that's why they have a negative perception on it. But
Right.
the idea is that you can basically elevate yourself beyond like basically your own means just by joining the military,
yeah.
which is insane.
Which is
And
something in-
also,
which is
I
something
Sure
in
as
a
fuck
fashion.
can't do that in real life.
there's
Yeah.
also lots of things that make it show that it wasn't like first of all you're not forced into it, you have to volunteer, and secondly people can leave and stuff like that. It's just like obviously people like will go like you're a fucking loser, but you know it's not like you're forced to stay.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
well, I mean they are once the war starts, but then obviously that's the same in real life. Whereas if you join the military once the war begins, you're kind of in it.
Oddly enough, it doesn't seem like the Federation has a draft because
That's what I mean, yeah.
as they were in training, like you sign your 1220A and you go right down washout lane. Do you
Yeah.
get me?
Well, no,
Yeah.
but they were even pushing against like Rico coming back. It's like, no, we don't give a shit. We're at war. You fucking left. You can leave.
Yeah.
That was the initial fucking thing. Even though
Yeah,
exactly.
they were in the middle of something.
Which it would, so it kind of makes it interesting that, I mean, not to make it sound like this is like a pleasant thing, but it's like in real life, I mean, like, you know, serious fascistic societies, it's either conscription or like, I don't know, I think historically, choice doesn't seem to be taken into the matter for true fascist societies.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah, whereas here, there's plenty of choice. It's just, I don't know if this is, I don't know how to I don't really know how to describe it. Like, I know it's obviously a militaristic society, but I don't really know, like, a militaristic democracy, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll if he brings it up, I'll go more into the Sky Marshals later.
Also, I want to say, you know, when he says like dark, you know, for that comment about the kid,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I didn't really see that as dark. I thought it was just trying to be funny, just to be basically like
It's
a more bit of
yeah,
propaganda.
it's a
Like,
bit of
funny.
edgy. It's a bit of edgy humor because it's like
Yeah.
that
The
that
satire
kid's
is is going to die in the military is kind of
Yeah,
the
but,
joke.
I thought like, but like in the thing, it's like in theory, even in universe, like if you just take it as that, it's like yeah, I get blah blah. It's like, but it's just like a funny joke as well because everyone laughs at the kid, but it's like we're not accepting kids really. And it's like yeah, it's just
Oh yeah.
it's just silly. It's just but the dark bit is afterwards, and you realize that they're like showing this to like kids in school, aren't they, to get them to join as soon as they
Mhm.
leave like high school.
Yeah.
And
yeah, and
that's
then as we
but
see with when Rico gets reinforced, like
Yeah.
half the soldiers are half his age,
Dude, I swear to
Yeah.
God, in that fucking scene, there's like a couple of
actual kids.
yeah, they look like they're fucking kids.
Mm-hmm.
So
anyway,
so yeah.
All right, off to a great 31 seconds in. Good job,
I mean,
boys.
again, it's more of a nothing point, isn't it? Really,
Mhm.
we're like uh-huh.
Yeah, but I think it might also kind of be setting up certain points that we might take issue with.
He made
Also-
the main point that this is satire of fascists, and we have now like said like it's more it's something else entirely.
I'm also
Well, I mean,
I'm confused what the win is as well here.
It doesn't matter. He says thing, and as the text is saying, he's going to be starting an iconic line count. Which, to be fair, Starship Troopers has a lot of great lines.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Literally, we keep using them while we're playing Helldivers. Rico, you know what to do.
Well, no, I'm doing my part, and that's actually an achievement in the game.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's funny.
I'm
Anyway.
doing my part.
Is iconic with so many iconic lines. We're starting an iconic counter. Iconic!
I'm doing my part too.
The bugs send another meteor our way. But this time, we're ready.
Nice little foreshadowing. I mean, it already happened, but we haven't seen it yet. Is that foreshadowing? That's like backshadowing. In medias res foreshadowing. Nailed it.
Actually,
That-
that's a good comment because Max, you normally hate in medias res. What did
I usually
what'd you think
do.
of, what'd you think of this one?
I don't usually like it's saying I don't. Well, yeah, I guess it's weird to say. I don't like it unless it's done like extremely well, like with something like Pulp Fiction. But the idea is that like generally as a concept, I don't like seeing something that's already happened being shown like before it. I just rather see the events in chronological order.
Well, I'm in a bit of a first. I mean, I think it makes sense here, obviously, because it's in itself propaganda where they're showing that like, yeah, the bugs can attack us. You should do your part to stop the boogs. And you're like, yeah, okay, makes sense why they'd show this. But I honestly have like a kind of a pedantic question for you guys. Is there a difference between foreshadowing and setup at all?
They're the same thing.
Yeah,
That's fine. No,
yeah.
I'm genuinely just like curious what because
Yeah.
I
my-
don't
my
really consider that. No, well, maybe.
Well, because the
Maybe
idea, I also have this weird thing where I don't think that second meteor is real.
Second
But
second
it-
media would mean like
Meteor.
Go back a little bit.
Oh no, this is part of like the if it happens, we'll be ready.
Yeah, no,
Mhm.
but they're saying it did.
But
no, this is taking
time-
place after the first one, I think, and then like,
Yeah, it's going after the first. It's taking place after this propaganda is taking place after the first one, but I don't
Yeah.
believe in universe that second one exists.
Oh,
We're
Probably
Meaning
not.
that this
Nice
is
little foreshadowing. I mean, it
like,
already happened.
the idea
but
of
we
them
haven't seen
lying
it
and
yet.
saying,
Is
"No,
that
we got
foreshadowing?
this,"
That's like
and the
backshadowing.
bugs are definitely
Immediate-
attacking us.
Well, I don't know. There's nothing to indicate that this is fake.
There's a lot to indicate it because the propaganda is usually lying about shit and
How
lying
is
to
it
the media.
lying?
It's because it specifically shows us in good light as opposed to like the actual reality of the factor. The reality of the factor is that asteroid probably it came from the Klendathu sector. There's no indication that they threw it at us.
No, it then says that they have an infinite supply of.
It says that the
By the way,
propaganda says that.
I'm just
That's what I'm saying.
completely irrelevant, but this is I'm just reading the thing about like how writing styles and things like that, and this is kind of how I saw it. But I don't. This isn't like a hard set rule, but according to this thing, it says like setup is usually not necessary and more like hints at things that may happen, whereas setup is like directly to lead into other events. I don't know if I don't
Well, I
know.
mean, both are
It's
set
not
up
like-
as that foreshadowing is a specific form of setup, I guess.
Yeah, I think. Well, I think the thing about foreshadowing is that if you didn't have a thing that was, like if something was foreshadowing, if you didn't have it in the story, it wouldn't make the story even worse or better. It just wouldn't. That you just it wouldn't be the thing to go. Oh yeah, that was making you think that maybe this could happen. Whereas a setup is like without it, you don't have the setup, so you can't have the payoff. But whatever. This is just me
Yeah.
being pedantic about like I find this stuff fascinating. Carry on.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fair.
Also, like another thing towards like almost the fascist comment, like it'll be interesting to see if Cinema Wins takes like all the propaganda like in sort of bad faith, because in the because you said that when it's like, oh yeah, the propaganda, it's all propaganda and it's all lying, when it's like, no, with things like when they mentioned the Clendathu massacre, they're very accurate and they show the public it. So if while it is propaganda, they're not outright
Propaganda.
lying to you.
Propaganda is a weird thing. People assume it's like inherently bad, and it's not. It's just been abused throughout history, but it's not like inherently a bad thing.
So in this
Yeah.
case, the bugs could have sent the second meteor.
Yeah.
Well,
but
and
the
I think. Sorry. Go
Well,
ahead.
because remember, this was all predicated on the fact that the asteroid that was impacted later in the movie was potentially redirected because of the what's her face hitting it. The idea of that doing that. So just by that metric alone, like this is a little meta knowledge about space, but the idea is the bugs weren't aiming for us; that just happened to come from the Kundathu sector, and everything is about that is to drive people to war.
Well, the
That's
thing is,
my
like,
that's my idea.
I
They
mean,
could-
I
well,
could
they also
totally see
could
that
just-
happening.
well, the thing is,
Yeah.
they could also just everyone genuinely believe the bugs did that on purpose because of the Mormon massacre. So like, they're not necessarily lying. They themselves. It's not really a lie necessarily.
I mean, I
They're
could
just
say that
wrong.
I say either like the three, either it's all in good faith or it's in bad faith, or like Jake said, it's a mistake. I think all of those are like equally as likely. It's kind of not important to the story, though, is it? If that makes sense, it's more like
Yeah.
It's interesting to think about. Like I'd love talking about it. It's just I think all of them make sense.
It's like how also like we know a lot about space, but it's like this is the Hollywood view of space, where it's like like when they're dropping,
it's astronomically fucking impossible. But
yeah, they're on the opposite side of the galaxy. Like
and if
while
anything,
space is
when
mainly
when
empty,
they
it would still take a lot to get there.
and
Yeah,
honestly,
a lot of walking.
and like the idea is they're coming from fucking Earth. Like if they would have hit the fucking asteroid, it would have put it on a trajectory away from Earth. But
Right.
Mm-hmm.
but the idea, but like just from what we're told about from the movie, it seems like the whole thing was an accident, but they're blaming it on the bugs.
Possibly,
'Cause, like,
yeah.
Because
I can see that as a possibility.
yeah, and because all they do is say that the fucking things can throw the asteroids, but we've never seen it in the movie them doing that. The only thing we do is see them defending from the ships.
The deleted scene where there's just this bug the size of a planet. that
Just
yeets it
fucking
towards- yeah.
giant
That's-
fucking like
I was going to
Cthulhu
say
bug
the
just
Death
throwing fucking shit. Yeah,
The Death Star Tyranid.
the Death Star fucking nightmare fuel. All right, but
All
anyway,
right. Let us continue. Hold on, let me just make sure things. Okay.
This res foreshadowing nailed it.
To ensure the safety of our solar system, Clendathu must be eliminated.
Oh, Ender style being the goal, just without any of that pesky remorse. I remember some of the weird,
Well, I mean, yes, the only good bug is a dead bug.
What was
Yeah.
the ding
overexcited news
again?
coverage about
He was basically, the ding was like, oh yeah, so we're a reference to Ender's Game, but without the remorse.
Ding.
Yeah, I was gonna say the movie didn't do that though. He did.
yeah, space, ding.
Yeah.
modern war. This movie came out, this kind of thing still seemed way over the top. It's almost quaint now. And look, no one is going to be pointing any fingers in this video at anyone else for doing a fascism today. I'm talking more about the propaganda side, which can exist without the fascism. And boy, howdy do a lot of our countries love a little manipulative propaganda.
I'm sorry. What did he just say then?
He said, I'm not going to talk about modern countries,
he's
but a lot
saying
of
he's-
modern countries use propaganda.
Yeah, he was saying he's like, I'm not going to talk about the fact that propaganda could
That
be
was a lot of word salad from him.
However,
I think what he's saying is, like, I'm not going to point to any one individual today for being fascist while talking about the movie, which fair enough, I guess.
But he didn't have to mention it at all.
yeah, but he did.
I know. He did,
I'm not going to
did-
talk about it. Let me tell you how I'm not
Let me
going
tell
to
you
talk
about
about it. Guys, during this podcast, we won't be talking about STDs in like detail. I know you didn't know about it, but we're just letting you know.
However,
That,
stop itching. You got crabs.
Yeah.
I'm
but
glad you
that,
asked. I'm now going to give you a brief evolutionary history of pubic lice.
I'm not going to point to anyone in particular, Wyatt, but you know.
Steve. Okay.
Why it is patient 0 for crabs?
It's
Gross.
literally, this is footage from Wyatt's pubic hair. It's a bug plant.
Oh no.
It's
Is he
an
muting
ugly
himself
planet.
again?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
All right. Yep.
And we're talking right out of the gate. We are clearly told to feel no remorse for the bugs. Going after journalists is a clear no-no to everyone, a war crime to most of the world. And the bugs don't even think twice. Also making sure we know up front that things are gonna get gross. Sorry, Jose, get that blur effect?
It's an alien.
Full gore-filled experience on Netflix.
Yeah.
Alien that like
Oh, talking about Nebula. His own streaming service that you gotta pay like $50 to just watch YouTube videos.
But sorry,
God.
you know when he said then, we're told. Does he mean the propaganda or like the audience of the movie?
I think he's saying the bugs like to kill journalists.
Well, no, but
So
he said like he
he
said
was-
no,
he
he,
was-
no, he, okay.
I was gonna say. So he's trying to say right away we get the idea that the bugs are remorseless, and like
Yeah,
it's like,
but
oh,
he
yeah,
said
so
like
we're
he said
supposed
like
to
the
hate
movie.
them.
Well, he said that the movie is trying to tell us, but I'm trying to think like because of how this movie is set up with like it being a propaganda satire, like mush. I was confused if he means us or the audience of the propaganda, because this bit is still the propaganda because it's in like the footage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, this is the
But
weird
at
thing.
at the same time, it's weird because if this was like another instance of like if this was truly fascist, this part of the broadcast wouldn't be getting showed.
Well, I
Oh,
think the
yeah.
idea is just satire on fascism, where hey, look, we're doing so good, then cut to everybody dying.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, if this was actual fascism, this wouldn't be included because the
Well,
No, it
yes.
would, no, there would be included, but it only show us winning.
yeah.
Yeah, which honestly, that's because I think Paul Verhoeven doesn't really know what fascism is.
Yeah.
He also
I'm so confused as well, though. Like what he fucking means about what he says about like, oh, but we're not meant to sympathize with the bugs because everyone knows that journalists are like is a no-no and they're killing them. It's like the aliens; they don't know what a journalist is.
No,
Yeah,
they're
bugs.
they're
Outside of the
relent-
brain
they're
bug,
relent-
no one knows anything.
They are relentlessly killing people, as we see later in the movie. They just killed a bunch of people that didn't do anything. They just went there to the planet because they wanted to get away from Earth. It's like, sure, go ahead. And by the way, they let the Mormons go to that planet. They didn't say, haha, no, you're not allowed to leave. Now face the wall. They were like, you can, but we advise you not to.
Yeah, we told you not to, but you did, so now you're all dead, lol.
Yeah.
They're also Mormon extremists.
Yeah, more. Instead of
That
4
sentence
wives,
already
it's-
is just a fucking hilarious joke. but-
Right? It's great.
instead of 4 wives, it's 40. Instead of magic underwear, it's a magic house.
Beautiful.
Nebula if you like.
I'm doing my part.
The visual effects here are awesome. Rico pulling that bug's chopper out of his leg is brutal. You can feel the weight. And if you're gonna do in medias res, this is the way to do it. Your main protagonist on their deathbed. Superb fake out, especially considering the
I
second
don't like
fake out
that,
later.
though. I just don't like that, but it's just me.
Yeah, I actually agree with like the description of the practical effects and whatnot. Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm neutral when it comes to medias res. With movies, I really hate it with video games, however, especially when they use it for the tutorial. Like I like in the end, or just to get the ball rolling, like Spec Ops: The Line. It's like I'd much rather the game had just started with them coming into Dubai instead of that helicopter sequence.
Yeah, it's like I said, I just prefer the story being told straight out. But I will agree,
Yeah.
the practical effects are pretty nice for the movie.
Oh yeah,
There
they're
is
really
one gripe I have about the thing, and I'm curious if he brings it up. But we'll see.
good. Yeah.
Right.
This year we explored the failure of democracy.
This was the big
The
thing,
social scientists brought our world to the brink of chaos. We talked about the veterans. They took control and imposed the stability that has lasted for generations since.
The subtext of this film can easily slip by. It's intentional. We're focused on what Rico is doing. He's the main character we just saw screaming into a camera, and this is literally our introduction to him. But when you start to pay attention, you can hear Ratchek literally say that their society was started via a military coup and ended democracy. It's not subtle. But
Okay.
Okay, Money didn't notice when he was talking the first time, but this is stupid because literally the attention is brought to this. Yeah, we're focusing on Rico doing his little gay thing with his like weird drawing that turns into an animation, future tech, I guess. But the idea is that the lesson is still front and center in the scene because it is brought to attention.
Yeah, especially with like, do you
So
know, like
This point of him saying that it's like we don't notice this. It's like no, then you weren't watching the movie.
Exactly. Yeah, it's also a good way to get like a brief history of the world as well into the. It's a good way to have exposition without it being like without being like Zack Snyder levels of absolute clunk being slammed into your face.
They don't mute it at all either. You hear him talking while
It
literally
cuts to him talking.
Not to mention
it's focused on him.
Not to mention it shows like a bit of character work as well with Ratchek. It shows that when he's being all authoritative and in teacher mode, if he calls on you, he uses stump. But then later in the movie, when he's talking to Rico, he actually like puts his hand on his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's minor, but it's character work.
Yeah. And also I wonder what he's gonna like the whole idea with the military coup. Like, is he gonna explain why that's like neat and important, or is he just gonna point it out?
Also, yeah, I failed to understand his point there when he's like, "Oh, we literally found out that this thing was by a military coup," and it's like
his point is that this wasn't something that read the sentence right there. But many of us never even noticed what he was talking about the first time. But like I said, that is his point, and it's like, but you weren't watching the movie.
No, that's not what I'm thinking. My thing is more he's saying like as if every military coup that's ever happened is always evil.
Yeah, well,
like that's not true.
I don't know if he's saying it. Oh, like I said.
Well, I'm assuming he's saying that that's how we lead into fascism.
Let's bring it back for a moment.
I assume that's why you said it.
Mm-hmm.
Like our introduction to him. But when you start to pay attention, you can hear Ratchek literally say that their society was started via a military coup and ended democracy. It's not subtle. But many of us never even noticed he was talking the first time.
When you vote.
Yes.
Asa, this was your first viewing. Like,
it sounded like he was just being neutral on it. He's just talking about the absurdity of what it is, but he's talking about like the absurdity of it and how we don't notice it because the movie's not focusing on it. But
he also called it subtext. He also called it subtext. So
he's just overtly wrong on like every point of.
I think the reason I'm a bit confused about his motive for saying stuff is because literally a second ago he said, "Oh, there's all this shit in the world I could talk about fascists, but I won't," as if that is relevant to anything. And now I'm like, oh, so is that what he's thinking about the whole time? I think that's just I think it's just he's weirdly words points and non-points. He's just a weird guy, I think.
Yeah. He's inconsistent, but it's fine. It's not fine.
But yeah, no, that's fine.
It's not. It's not fine. Yeah.
KYS. Keep yourself safe.
but yeah, no. In fact, he didn't say what I thought he meant, so that's whatever.
Okay.
You are exercising political authority. You're using force. Force, my friends, is violence, the supreme authority from which all other authority is derived.
Fascist says what? That one should be hard. Yeah,
he's bringing it up.
So I'm not wrong. Okay.
How far in the video are we?
2 minutes and 36 seconds.
So it's weird. The bar doesn't pop up when I'm in full screen. But anyway, what is it? 2 minutes and what seconds?
36 seconds.
He contradicted himself like at the very beginning of the fucking video. That's insanity.
And it's like, yeah, no, like not to be like super like might makes right type attitude, but at the end of the day, like when peace negotiations, like when you can talk to people, when they fail, violence is necessary. But in the instance of like with the bugs, where we can't talk to them, they're mindless for the most part. Then yeah, you gotta kill them.
I want to say the other thing as well, though, which is getting a bit like philosophical again. It's the idea of him being like, "Oh, well, he's a fascist. He says violence is the answer." I'm like, yeah. I thought you were American, or is he American, or is he not?
No, he's
Yeah,
American. He's in California. Though.
Yeah, well, I mean, no, like his thing.
No,
I'm
he's
not
not
saying.
really
I mean,
American.
I'm not saying that America is fascist. What I mean is America has done a lot of things just to show its authority through its force before.
Yeah.
That's not. It doesn't make it a fascist country. It just makes it a powerful
And
country.
plenty of monarchies have done it. Oligarchies have done just it doesn't. It's not a
That's what I mean.
fascist thing.
That's what I mean.
But
I
when
mean,
we're doing it. We're spreading democracy.
that's what I mean. It's a bit more complicated than fascists do violent.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it just is. Also, have you seen Antifa?
Yeah, the fucking LARPers that go around.
It's just like I don't think they'd call them fascists. I mean, I would, but I don't think a lot of them people would.
Then again, how much do you want to bet? Like this will probably be viewed in bad faith, but I don't care. How much do you want to bet he? Actually, I think he even admitted in a video to like punch a fascist, like punch a Nazi or whatever that movement was called.
Yeah, where it's like, yeah, they have disgusting views, but like if they're not like hurting you, why are you gonna go punch them in the face? That's fucking dumb. You are giving them like credence. It's like they don't want us. They're so scared of our opinions, they'll come and physically assault us to get us to shut up. It's like, congratulations, you played yourself.
I always thought this guy was black for some reason.
No, he's very much white because he's shown himself off, and he's shown like videos of his infant kid playing in the rain.
Authority, you're using force. Force, my friends, is violence, the supreme authority from which all other authority is derived.
Fascist says what?
I mean, the thing is, that statement is true. Like,
yeah, but
like,
the
let's
idea is he's
be
already
real.
contradicting himself. Let's not draw too much on it.
Well, I mean, we've already been through like pretty much every like society uses its strength to at least some degree, regardless. So yeah, he's just an idiot. Let's move on.
Yeah.
That one should be harder to miss, but I also didn't have a working definition of fascism at 13. The hurt on Rico's
What is
face
harder
is a
to miss?
great intro to his character.
Him saying that that's the supreme authority which all other authorities derive is violence.
How is that harder to miss? That's actually in front and center of the scene, and also he's still wrong for the same reasons we just said.
This point,
Yeah.
Just like because he said that it's a fascist, and it's
this
like,
point also sucks because she's just fucking with him.
Yeah, the hurt on Rico's face, I feel it to
Like
this day.
he's
It's
just like he's just like, oh, what the fuck, and she's like, yeah, fuck you. It's a playful thing.
when
I'm sorry.
Carmen's just teasing him.
I'm sorry you don't know how relationships work, but fine.
But he has a kid. He should know.
Goku as a kid. Hit play.
Yeah.
And I feel it to this day. I really only have one problem with this movie, and it centers around the immense crush I had on Denise Richards, but I'll get to that later. And the futuristic city
That's a
is
win.
dope, even if we still don't have flying cars. But they did
sure.
predict the smart boards that are in a
Ding.
lot of classrooms now.
Look at that. Also pointless ding on like, flying cars, but we have iPads. It's like, yeah, I guess.
The competition-based learning structure is one thing, and then you notice the recruitment ad next to all the high school test scores. And Carl sucks. That's like something only a guy who'll end up being a Nazi commander would do. Oh.
Oh my god.
What? What?
So I will
that's
agree. I will agree that the uniforms they use are definitely fucking Hugo Boss. Like there's not even a point to even bring that up.
Yeah.
However, there is nothing about like him being a Nazi. Like the thing is that
None of his actions are there. You can
It's
be
'cause
like,
he literally
"Oh, well."
saves his best
Well, I was
friend
gonna
through
say,
fucking magic.
Yeah, but also you can be like, oh, but he says that he'll happily sacrifice blah for this. It's like, yes, that's like a simple numbers game. It's the callousness of people that are in charge.
Yeah,
I mean,
and if you listen to what he says, he's like, this sucks. I have to do this though. They
I
are
mean-
winning, we are losing.
I mean, again, I honestly want to say like I would fucking hate that guy in real life, whatever. But it's like that doesn't mean he's a fascist.
Yeah, you'd hate him in real life, but you'd have to respect what he has to deal with.
Most of these people, they just do the
you,
one-to-one thing.
that's
They
true.
see him in the SS outfit and go, Nazis!
Nazis, yeah.
Yeah, without realizing that Hugo Boss did nothing wrong.
And honestly, I think they're pretty cool looking outfits. But
Yeah.
that's the first thing I think about. It's like, oh, they look cool. I don't think
I
Nazi.
mean, it's not the same thing though that a lot of people say for Nazis. It's like, my God, they were evil, but their dress sense, man, you
Yeah,
know, it's playing
they had
fashion
fucking-
shows in real life. Back
they
then.
had the drippiest of drips.
Yeah.
The effects in this film, practical and CGI, are just killer. Some
It's
stuff
fucking
hasn't aged
great,
perfectly, but for 27 years old, this movie looks fantastic.
We humans like to think we are nature's finest achievement.
You know, that line would really land so much better if it wasn't coming from Blanche, one of nature's actual greatest achievements. Rest in peace, Rue McClanahan. I love the little touches here and there that humans have evolved somewhat, even if it's just...
Sorry, I get it. I get it. I get the idea that yeah, they're supposed to be like more superior or whatever, but like other than that, I don't think you get like many fucking examples besides Rico just flipping over shit.
Yeah.
Like Rico is probably the only one who actually does shit like that.
I think we talked.
bigger flips and a little telepathy.
I think we talked about this during our little viewing. It's like with Rico doing like these insane flips. It's like, I'm sorry, is he superhuman?
Yeah, like, and that's what I'm
Probably.
saying. It's like because like he's bringing the point. It's like oh, we're in the future. They're all like better, but it's like, but it's only him, and he's still like it's, what the fuck is this? He's the only person who could clear people.
He has been genetically altered to be the main character of the story.
Why would he? Basically, yeah.
The only.
I mean, if you want to talk about how he survives, whatever, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Blanche, one of nature's actual greatest achievements. Rest in peace, Rue McClanahan. I love the little touches here and there that humans have evolved somewhat, even if it's just bigger flips and a little telepathy.
You're drifting! Flip 6-3,
See,
hold on,
telepathy's the only
boy.
thing,
Got
but
it?
like
Hints-
once again, I already said it, so fuck it.
Okay.
For future leadership skills, and also how later on she flipped sixes Rico's 3A. Let's leave that one alone.
Okay.
What? Oh, is this a sex
It's,
joke?
it's a sex
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, it's a nice little setup. The problem is there's gonna be a lot of these points where he's like, yeah, he's right. That is what
Yeah.
it is. Moving on.
For badassery. Look, we joke, but if that isn't a 3-hole and he didn't flip it, I get it now. We all saw that.
He doesn't twice in this fucking scene. It's so
That yeah, again, like Rico is superhuman.
yeah, pretty fucking stupid. Anyway,
Look, and I saw this guy steal Kelly Kapowski from my man, Zach Morris, so I knew he was no good right from the jump. This jump.
It's that teacher, isn't it? You know the one I'm talking about.
Mr. Radchek.
Radchek? Silly name.
How dare you? These anti-war peacenik hippie sympathizers deserve what's coming to them.
What the fuck?
wow.
What was the
Where-
ding?
Where did that come from? Oh yeah. How's that a win? I guess because they die later.
Yeah,
That's the win?
The joke is that he's going super propaganda. It's like, oh, they're hippies, they deserve to die.
But that's not what the movie says.
His
No.
jokes are so hard to land because he's like, you got to pick a side when you're making these jokes. You
Okay.
can't just flip flop.
I want to have two things. First of all, that isn't the movie's not trying to say that. It's meant to be a tragic thing for our main character. So that's just the movie's not trying to make light of it. And secondly, I mean, you can say anyone watching this, you can say I'm not funny, whatever. But Cinema Wins is not funny.
No, he's not.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but it's like
I go
they're
to him for
peace-
like his insight for things.
They're peace talking
Things-
hippies
Sorry,
that
carry
deserve what's coming to them.
No,
except
his
their
insight-
death
his
is
insight's
portrayed as
fine
a
sometimes.
tragedy. Their deaths are portrayed
Yeah.
as a fucking tragedy. Like, what the fuck do you mean?
When I say his insight, I'm talking more about things like Spider-Verse, where he goes directly into like his background with print, like
Or actually talking about actual like stories behind like the making of it and shit like that. I think.
or
that's
like
good. That's
or like little details. How you notice like how Miles's irises aren't perfectly circled, or the fact that like it shows off just the imperfections of things. And
Yeah.
how
Unfortunately, though, the reason why fucking Asa giggles is because there's very little compared to the rest of his bullshit.
no, yeah, it's like the
And-
one video I would ever cite is his best video. It's the Spider-Verse one.
I just talk to Callum when I want to know behind the scenes stuff.
There you go.
Right.
But yeah, just kind of coming back to is like I don't see how what the movie is not saying what you think it's saying. You're just wrong.
Well, that's what I mean. The movie's not trying to say that,
no.
and
The movie's
That's-
trying to say that they oppose him
Well-
to join the military.
it's just another obstacle for the character.
Yeah.
And it's also to reinforce the fact that he joins for the wrong reasons. He wants to join mainly because of the girl that he fancies, and the parents are like no, and they're like no, and then it's a whole thing for his. I don't know. It's just a like it's not even the most important bit of the story. It's just to give him some character. He has this
Yeah.
background that's anti-military, and he still does it anyway. And then we learn it for the wrong reasons. And then when he decides to leave later, he's going to leave because he realizes that. But then when his family dies, he's like, well, what else am I going to do? I'm fucking angry. I want to kill buggos. It's fine. It's motivation. It's okay.
Yeah, he has nothing left.
And it just makes sense. It's not deep.
Yeah.
I'd say it's obvious, but
Yeah, pretty obvious, but cinema wins, is,
Oh, sorry. I'd say it's obvious. Ding.
How about a trip to the Outer Rings? Zegama Beach.
The way he says Zegama Beach is amazing, and I rewatch it constantly. He gives it a real Risa vibe.
Zegama Beach.
Neil Patrick Harris should have won an award for this. Nothing.
All I did was just reference
literally...
Star Trek.
And
Risa is a planet where everybody's naked. Also, the line delivery is just kind of.
I mean, that's fine. He just said that was really funny. Ding. I'm like, I agree.
Yeah, sure.
Has ever felt so cinema.
Figuring things out for yourself is the only freedom anyone really has. Use that freedom. Make up your own mind, Rico.
I mean, that's like genuinely solid advice. Even a fascist cog is right twice a day or whatever.
He's not fascist. He's not fascist.
God, you had to throw the underhanded comment just to bring up the thing he said he wasn't going to talk about.
Oh yeah, he was talking about like people in the modern day, but like in the movie.
No, he is, but I'd appreciate it if he actually wasn't retarded and actually said what he meant, because he just keeps calling this guy fascist, and this guy said nothing that's fascistic.
Also, this guy isn't fascist either. Like
that's
he's
what I mean.
Probably the least fascist out of all of the quote unquote fascists. That's the fucking retarded part. It's like, did you watch?
I mean,
his.
And again, an exaggeration of the militarism thing of like everybody fights, no one quits. You don't do your job, I'll shoot you.
I was gonna say he's a military leader guy. I mean, honestly, like regardless of your opinion of the military, whether it be good or bad. I mean, does anyone out there go like everyone in the military is a fascist? I mean, the answer is no, unless you're brain dead. So I don't know what else to say about that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of brain dead people.
I mean, there are, but I mean, I would kind of want to give Cinema Wins the benefit of the doubt, and he's gone. No, I think what he's done is he's gone, well, this movie's satire. Oh, it's against military. Oh, it's against the idea of oppression through blah, blah. That's fascist because that's what the people have told me it is. And it's like, yeah.
Even though communism has done the same exact fucking things, but we don't talk about communism for whatever reason.
My father's not home tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. It was a bet. I lost it. This is the only way I can get my money back.
Mobile infantry made me the man I am today.
The reveal after thinking he just lost an arm. Oof. Also, this is the third adult we've met who...
I thought it was kind of funny as well. I thought it was like half a joke, half a oh fuck.
Yeah. It's simultaneously showing the satire of it, like, oh wow, like military war does something to you, but it also shows it's like, oh, despite this, he's still doing a civic duty.
Well, I was gonna say it works on the thing. So you have that, which shows how much he, I guess, appreciates the infantry corps, and then in universe you get him seeing, oh shit, this man's lost his fucking arm, like his hand and his legs. That's fucking ridiculous. That's fucked up. Oh shit. And then as the audience, we get this guy saying, it made me the man I am today, and he's become half of the man by his limbs being blown off. You're like, that's kind of a fucked up joke.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. It works on a lot of levels, but it's not that deep.
No, it's not.
Who has some form of serious life-altering injury from being a veteran. The only other two adults we've met are Rico's parents, who haven't been maimed and therefore aren't citizens.
I hope you don't ruin your life over some...
They're
civilians.
I thought they were because they own property. Or is that, am I mixing that up with something else?
No, there's nothing that says like a civilian can't own property.
I might be mixing it with something else.
Yeah, and it's also the fact that it's like, well, like,
or there might be
serving in the
in
military
the
doesn't necessarily,
but it's not in the
doesn't
movie.
necessarily mean like serving in the war. You could just be someone in the military, get your dirt. Well, then again, I think that's more or less in the book than it is in the movie.
Yeah,
I've not read the book, so I have no idea.
I haven't read it either, but I just know a little bit of snippets from a video essay I watched back in the day.
Oh yeah, same.
I think it was Sargon's.
I mean, in the movie, I mean, if there's stuff I've missed, then fair enough. But in the movie, the only thing that I really remember as being a big thing was that there's like jobs that are cut off people that aren't citizens, like some people that want to run for office and stuff like that.
And also for certain resources, it's almost.
Oh shit! Wait, no, they have a kid. They can't be citizens. Or they can't be civilians.
No, civilians can
as
have
we-
kids.
No.
Yeah, we talked
Didn't
about
they-
this.
Oh wait, I gotta re-listen to this thing. You're right. She says something about like getting something is really.
Yeah,
It
it's
makes it
easier to get a
easier.
It
breeding
makes it easier.
license.
Okay, yeah, you're right. My bad.
Yeah, it makes it easier. But like because Rico's parents are like so well off, like it was probably very easy for them.
Yeah.
Silly
It seems
little
like
girl
once
who
you
wants to
become a
look handsome.
citizen, you get an instant like not that everything becomes free, but it seems like you do get a actually no, since how much they like veterans does seem like not a free pass, but probably like a good
It's probably
good
it's
half
probably
off.
it's probably a big fucking deal. Like like
Yeah.
they probably treat their veterans better than we do.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Oh, that
Not a
would
high
be the,
bar.
that would be the true satire.
Life-altering injury from being a veteran. The only other two adults we've met are Rico's parents, who haven't been maimed and therefore aren't citizens.
I hope you don't ruin your life over some silly little girl who wants to look handsome in a uniform.
Don't talk about Carmen that way.
Johnny,
On one hand, he clearly cares for her, and referring to her like this is uncalled for. On the other hand, look at
Can we
his
pause
stupid
a sec?
face. She nailed it. It's totally why I signed up.
So
Oh, shit.
All right, one person pause. That's
Yeah.
literally why I've been asking you guys to do it because I don't want to.
yeah, that's why. Yeah, but I just want to say, so I've just gone. I mean, take it with a pinch of salt, but I've just gone to the wiki, and according to the wiki, the only things that the movie said. So what it says is, if you're a citizen, you're able to vote. So you have to be a vote to vote in elections. You have to be a citizen, and then also the same as you have to be a citizen to run for office. If you want to go to college, you're given like lower or no tuitions, and then you are allowed to have more than 2 children.
Oh,
So you can have kids as a civilian. You can only have a max of 2 kids.
Yeah.
okay. So I guess it's
ju-
more in the book then, right? Or is that
Yeah, I'm
explained in the
I'm
later
literally just saying
movies?
this is what it says, and because this says this is thingy and then brackets film universe. Just but again, that's the one we're going with. 'Cause that's what we're watching. So just
Right.
just so we know.
All
That's
right.
fair.
Yeah.
Say it once. Try it on for size.
I love you.
Yeah, can you see my cringe face?
I missed the whole.
And her line
point of
delivery
view
is
on
so
this, like-
perfect. She does not love him, and she makes that crystal clear. Sweet of her to placate him before the meat grinder, though.
Fresh meat for the grinder, eh?
I fully have no idea how I missed that this was satire on my first viewing. Granted.
It's
How
how
you would have had to have been like 4 to
The
not
implication
understand
is
this
the,
is.
by the way,
satire.
the
he
implication
was
is these guys are
13.
fucking loaded.
Yeah.
So, like,
But here's the thing, right? Even as I'm pretty sure if I had watched this younger and I didn't really get what satire was, you know, I'm still pretty certain that I would be like, this is a joke. They're giving ammo to children. That's
giving
funny.
I don't
ammo
think I-
and,
I don't
and
think
potentially
I'd,
loaded weapons, by the way, because like I said, the implication these weapons are loaded because they don't look different at all from what the fucking weapons later that shoot.
I mean,
I
even
think
if
if
you
I
don't with it-
was when I was a younger lad, I think I would have recognized that it's silly. I don't.
That's
think
what I
I'd
mean,
feel,
yeah.
like, the one-to-one connection of it. Being
that's what I mean.
satire and
You
stuff.
might not get like. I don't get it. What do you mean you don't understand it's satire? I'm so confused by that statement. This man.
Yeah, when he was younger, when he first watched it, he didn't understand it was
I
satire.
mean, I
Again,
understand that he says how like it's so obvious he doesn't understand how he didn't get it, but I don't know why you would out yourself like that, man.
Yeah, I mean, even like a 12 or a 13-year-old could probably I don't know, could probably at least discern like they're not supposed to take it very seriously.
No, hang on.
It's
No,
like-
hang on. I wish to apologize. I'm being retarded. He says, granted, I was 12 and it just seemed goofy. It's like, fair enough. So you did get that it was satire. You just didn't understand what the word meant because because the reason it's funny is because it's satire.
Yeah.
Just because you don't know that's what satire is when you're younger doesn't mean that's not what it is.
Also, like reading the rest of his like statement, it is like weird. It's like, oh, these aren't the goodest of good guys, but like after all my 40K deep diving, it's like, you know, these guys are pretty chill though.
And maybe they were.
The mobile
guys are okay.
infantry are like they're
okay. All right.
Yeah, they're fine.
like the thing is they're like every single person we see in this movie like who's part of the mobile entry is a genuinely good person, at least like, you know, like not a complete asshole.
Sorry, I have to disassemble this again. I had no idea how I missed it was satire, but I thought it was funny. You do realize that satire isn't whatever. It's fucking man.
It's retarded. We ripped apart the point.
Yeah.
Let's move on because we could do this all day. We could
Yeah,
literally
I
do
was
this all
12,
day.
and it just seemed goofy, and that maybe they weren't the goodest of the good guys.
A murderer was captured this morning and tried today.
Guilty.
Oh, I thought this was really
Sentence,
funny, this
death.
joke.
Execution tonight at 6.
That was really funny.
Yeah, that was, and yeah, it was like not all dystopian cameo. It's like, well, first off, yeah, it's a bit dystopian. That it's like you just watch a public execution.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's. Well, he's just saying, but yeah, I didn't know this was the.
I mean, what's the win? There's nothing changed here. Yes, cinema wins. It's still satire. Thank you.
No, it's a win because it's funny.
No, the win is a cameo.
Yeah.
For screenwriter Ed Newmeyer.
Which, like, this is
according
what
to
we were
Twitter-
talking about with. Oh shit. Well, we're about to get to a bigger point, but that's what I was saying about like why I like that's why I like cinema wins, because he points out like little things that I wouldn't have noticed. But
Also,
we're about to get into a bigger point though. So
according, we'll let him.
also
say
according to well, no, fuck that. Also according to Twitter Big Brains, not at all a sign of fascist society. He was arrested, convicted, and sentenced to less than 24 hours. I don't know if that's a fascist thing.
I know what you mean when you said like his pointing out stuff, but my problem with that would be that I'd call that more like neutral trivia. It's not necessarily a win. The fact that there is a cameo.
Yeah, but like that's the idea of the wins, to be honest.
Is that
Which
like,
honestly,
hey,
that win is like nowhere.
That win's fine. There are other wins that are garbage, and we've already seen them so far.
Well, that's why I'm not even
also,
against that. It's just weird.
Also,
it's a win.
Yeah.
If that
I mean,
was
that's just what both him and Sins do. Like they either remove or put Sins in for like cameos.
I always drive my car in reverse. Therefore, it's not retarded. I do it.
So also, if this truly was fascist, he wouldn't have even been arrested. They would have just killed him.
And to be fair, in a true fascistic society, people wouldn't know that he was gone. He would just vanish, probably.
They would just vanish.
Yeah. There would be no.
Well, he was a murderer, so. Like,
but then is that? I mean, we've had like public executions and stuff. Well, we're getting through it again. That does not equal fascist.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the idea, though. That's what I just said. It's like
no, I know. It's just we keep saying it because Cinema Wins doesn't know what fascist means.
Yeah.
And we're gonna keep doing it because every time he dings, we're gonna say it's wrong because you're an idiot.
Not all militaristic.
Also, you're talking about the thing you said you want to talk about.
No, I think he said he was going to talk about like the like fascist aspects of the movie. He wasn't going to call anyone in the real world, like current day, a fascist.
Fair enough.
Ding.
So, ding.
Big Brain's not at all a sign of a fascist society that he was arrested, convicted, and sentenced in less than 24 hours. Technically way slower than the Judge Dredd justice system, so I'll give him that. The cow is censored, but you need to inspire the humans to enlist by giving them the straight human gore.
Think this had
Yeah.
It's
that
a
was weird.
joke. It's funny. It's satire.
It is like horrific though. Like, oh, they're just showing decapitated heads of those fucking Mormons.
He skipped over the Mormon scene, like explaining like all the stuff behind it. Like,
not to mention,
which is funny because that, like I said, the Mormon extremist is a really funny joke. That should be a win.
This is probably just a me giggle thing. It's funny how the guy talks about like lack of censorship when during his Joker video only censored the blood but not the
that was
gaping
so
bullet holes
fucking
in
funny.
Robert De Niro's face.
That was so stupid. I loved it.
That was one of the first videos of his that I ever watched, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, same, but it was through EFAP.
Yeah,
because I think I'd already stopped watching EFAP like religiously back then.
Yeah, I guess you.
Happened to me. What a bunch of apes.
Zim is a great character, and it's entirely because of Clancy Brown. There's very little the Kurgan can't do.
Kronsky, keep pace. Move.
Clancy Brown and Michael
Dot
Ironside,
out
two fucking
immediately.
fantastic
Just
voice
ready
actors.
to go.
What do you mean he's an awesome character? Shouldn't he be a fascist?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was talking over that. What we said?
He basically is like, oh, how fast
bring it back.
that got fair. Oh shit.
That's fine.
Can't do.
Kronsky, keep pace. Move.
The baton
He gets
out
his little baton
immediately.
out
He's
there.
just ready to
Yeah.
go. Amazing.
That is funny.
It is funny, but like that's how Boot works.
No,
that guy was literally coming up to basically help what's his name, Zem. That
Zem.
basically the guy was coming to help Zem, but then like,
I think it's just like how the camera works, where it's just like go, and the guy's just like got it immediately, baton out, and you're like, that's funny.
And it is funny how like that's how boot works. It's like, hey, keep pace with him. He's like, yes, sir. Because drill instructors, they are supposed to tear your ass down.
Yeah, so they can build you back up into a soldier.
Yep.
Hey, you grab your gear, you take a stroll down Washout Lane.
You can just quit? Huh. Expectation subversion. I have to assume when you completely militarize your society, you don't need conscription and might as well only keep the people who can really fash it, hack it. And by hack, I mean your bones, the bump, the wet spot. So gross. First,
that was a horrible detail. That was a horrible detail, but yeah.
Before we talk about the Disney,
the fucking the fash thing. It's like oh, the people who could really fash it, but it's like but that's not fascism.
Yeah. Also,
that's literally not fascism.
I love he goes like well. Expectations subverted because I wouldn't have done it in a real fascist society. Oh well, I guess with all these extra caveats that prove it's not a fascist society, it wouldn't make sense. By the way, they're fascists. What fucking sentence was that? Cinema Wins.
Really stupid.
Also, he missed another fucking joke. Just how ready and on hand the medics are. The fact that
they're just there all the time. Yeah, for
you
shit
alright,
like
son?
this,
Yes, sir. My arm appears to be broken. Medic, and then they're right there.
But they do it again later, don't they? When he throws the knife and he's just like, "Yeah, fine."
You cannot push a button if you disable his hand.
And to be fair, he is fine later. You break a fucking arm like that, you're fucked for a while. But no, he's just chill and he's literally eating lunch later, and his hand's fine.
Well, he has a brace, doesn't he?
He has a brace and a fucking ice pack on it, but he can actually fucking hold something after doing that. That's insane.
They have like advanced medical technology, so like that broken arm probably gonna be good in like a couple days.
It's already good though. He can hold something with it. That's insane.
Yeah. Honestly, I know we've already gone past it, but I actually really love that scene where he just goes, "Who here thinks they can take me?" He just goes, "Sir, I think
I can, sir."
Yeah, and he's like sort of half sure. He just goes, "I think I can, sir." Like he's like half unsure, and he's just like, "Come up here," breaks his arm casually.
Well, to be fair, that's why like he's hesitantly, and then he tries to tackle him because it's like he was worried it was a trap. Because it's like, do I actually have like permission to possibly hit you?
Yeah.
It was Again, I'll just point out it was just a funny moment that he's missed, but okay.
Yeah.
The messed up smile, Rico. Second, the violence in this movie is always so over the top. And it's all part of the desensitization for us to see Dizzy pass out from a knee choke, or Carmen puke all over herself, or Breckenridge's poor arm snap. Violence is integral to their culture. The Lava Lamp cast is...
What?
But it's not over the top though. She just gets choked out.
I mean, the violence in the movie is over the top. I think it's what he's saying. He's just picked a weird point to bring it up.
Yeah, it's like, oh, the violence is over the top when like people are getting bitten in half, but he's like, oh, this chick like getting put to sleep. Okay.
Specifically,
it's
they're
like,
in the military. Like what?
But it's a bit like though if you had like a movie of people getting like shot all the time, but then like there's one scene where someone stubs their toe, and that's when you go like, oh, the violence. You'd be like, why did you say it now? You're not wrong, but why did you pick this bit?
Also, the vomit is played for comedy because it's set up how Carmen's like, oh, you gotta have nerves of steel to be in the fleet. And as they're dissecting these, she vomits and runs out of the room, and Dizzy goes, "Nerves of steel, huh?"
And also, look, he brings up the point that I was bringing up earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Fun and a quick but serious injuries for us aren't a big deal in this world, which sets us up for Rico's recovery later in the film.
Get in line like everyone else.
Zim just watching in the background, clearly looking for leadership material.
You got some guts for a rich kid.
Yeah.
Nice you and make
It's a really nice. It's a really nice
What do you say?
I'm honored.
Hey! Of course you are. Everybody should have a friend like me.
This quick expectation subversion making us think Ace is going to be the bully, a Bonzo, if you will, and instead he's just the loud, funny guy and one of Rico's closer friends. Oh, that neck bruise is brutal.
I want to say that as well.
The neck bruise. I didn't notice the neck bruise until I just watched this morning. Holy shit!
I want to say, you know the last point about the friend that he makes, and then also the one about the arm pack. Like that's the kind of shit that I think he should be doing for fucking every ding. He says point, then says why, it's good. Because I basically have nothing to say. I'm like, yes, you are correct with Cinema Wins. You have made a point. It is your first point, and we are on ding 47. But sure, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not his first point, but you get what I mean. It's probably like his third or fourth.
Yeah, like it's very minuscule in the amount of quote unquote win.
And then he calls somebody a fascist, and then we're just like, get rid of that point.
Yeah, it's like, haha, fascist, ding.
We should do a game where we have
I like
our
to
own
think
ding
that
counter and just like starts taking points away whenever he's a fucking idiot.
I like to think that not only
No, that was the fact I hit my space bar, and it does
does Full Metal Jacket exist in this world, it is essential and mandatory viewing in middle school.
What?
That was such a
What?
non-fucking point.
No, it's not a non-point. It's a fucking stupid point.
I don't know what he said.
A non-point would be like saying nothing. A stupid point is him saying something that is really fucking sheltered. Like, Full Metal Jacket isn't just a movie. That is how drill sergeants talk to people. They're in boot.
Yeah. Yeah. Also,
I've not seen Full
mandatory
Metal
for
Jacket,
view
so-
in middle school? No.
First half of Full Metal Jacket is all about boot camp.
Yeah. But I would not
Honestly,
say it's
one of the most legendary rants of all time is just what's his fucking name? Something Emery.
Arlie Army.
Arlie Emery. His fucking that opening scene is amazing. I've watched that scene a billion times.
You will not laugh. You will not cry.
It was literally all scripted. It was literally all what's the word?
Improvised.
Improvised, except for like 3 lines.
It's like, I'd let you fuck my sister.
Yeah, I like you. I might make you come over.
It's
and
like,
fuck my sister.
okay, when this guy says something, you have to react to him on the other side of the room. When this guy does something, you have to be brutal as possible to him, like which was the thing towards the end. And then, fuck, I forgot what the third one was, but like it had very little script. That was just him riffing like an actual drill sergeant because he was.
Yeah.
Who the fuck said that?
Who the fuck said?
But
Sign their own death warrant. Nobody, huh?
The fairy fucking godmother. Outstanding.
Oh, okay. I misread that sentence. Like he's saying that the Full Metal Jacket in this universe is probably mandatory viewing in middle school. Okay.
Yeah, it's such a fucking non-stupid.
I'm gonna
point.
say
Yeah.
I've not seen Full Metal Jacket, but just what you guys said, he's basically just said nothing, like basically nothing there, and then he's gone ding.
Oh,
The
PT
Full Metal-
till you fucking die.
Yeah, Full Metal Jacket is the only thing that exists, and we don't actually have real drill camps, and this is not a movie about military, so whatever.
Yeah. That's
Not only does Full Metal Jacket exist in this world, it is essential and mandatory viewing in middle school.
Yeah, that's nothing. That's a stupid point. Fuck off.
Jake Busey was born to play this role, or created in a lab. Hard to say.
Sir?
Both.
Why did you ding?
I mean, to be fair, the way he looked at it, and it's the fact that he looks so much like his dad. It's insane.
Including his fucking weird mouth gap.
He doesn't. Here's the weird thing. He doesn't look like his dad, but it's like uncanny valley levels, where it's like, yeah, he doesn't look like Gary Busey, but he does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
That's why he had to have been created in a lab.
100%.
Just like how Scott Eastwood is just an exact clone of his
Did he
dad.
ever? What's his name?
Who?
This guy?
Jake Busey?
Jake Busey. Is he ever been in
Jake Busey, yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
you know
He's
the
in
actual
The
video.
Predator.
Was he?
Yeah, he played Gary Busey. So what's really funny is that he is the son of Gary Busey's character in Predator 2.
He's in the post-credit scene of The Predator.
Oh,
with the awesome Predator armor.
So please do not keep yourself safe, Wyatt.
Dan, who needs a knife in a nuke fight anyway? All you gotta do is push a button. Sir?
He followed instructions. Got that last sir in.
The enemy cannot push a button if you disable his hand.
I love how he didn't even say anything. He just went iconic. That's fair.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's true fact. Cannot fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tunes on one hand, very solid point. On the other hand, holy crap, this place is insane. Federation does not mess around. Either hand. Yeah, but it is a more extreme than fucking Boot, but like Boot is very similar.
But
you'd also have to understand. Look at what they're fighting.
I would also imagine with how, like, if medical technology has advanced to where, like, like breaking your arm is as simple as like getting your
It
arm
would
put in a
totally,
lava
yeah, it
lamp.
would totally.
They'd be breaking limbs left and
Oh
right.
yeah,
and,
like because I remember because what Wyatt said earlier, boot camp is supposed to break you and turn you.
I mean, just like think about it. I mean, I'm not much. I don't know much about the military, but I know they do shit like training with like tear gas and shit like that. I mean, and the reason they do that is because it's not got permanent effects on people, but that
oh
fucks
yeah,
you up.
the gas chamber.
Well, yeah, but like, I'm just, but then you're just like, oh, but that doesn't fuck you up. It's like, yeah, but the reason they do that is because it doesn't. So if there was medical technology in the future to stop like physical injuries from fucking you up for more than like an hour, then they totally do it because they do it with stuff already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay. On the other hand, this place is insane. He's been saying that the whole time. I thought he said this was fascist. Surely that he should just expect that.
Yeah.
Also,
but the point is, it's not insane. This is fucking military.
Also, yeah, when it comes to just iconic lines, anytime there's a bit friendly fire in any video game, especially now that we're playing Helldivers, it accidentally kills one of our teammates. Medic.
And my favorite scenes. On one hand, very solid point. On the other hand, holy crap, this place is insane. The Federation does not mess around. With either hand.
I want to have babies. You know, it's a lot easier to get a license if you serve, so.
Little glimpses into the less than free life back home, and she says it with a smile on her face.
I mean, it is but the thing is, like, I mean, sure, like, civilians have less freedoms, but it's like, it's not that bad.
Also, come on, wins. This is one of the easiest behind-the-scenes things that even I know, that I talked with Jake and Slur about last night. Come on.
Before you say it, let's see if he mentions it.
Yeah.
Because of a girl.
Ah, the infamous shower scene. Pure gratuitousness, or one of a few egalitarian elements slipped into the society to make fascism more appealing. And not in the
oh my god.
Oh my god.
Nope. Skip. We've already
sense. In the wow, they moved past their shame of nudity just like the Garden of Eden sense. I've just always loved the final moment of the shower scene because a bunch of grown adults are standing around naked together, and when they find out that one of the other naked adults likes a girl, they turn into schoolyard children. It's so perfect it almost hurts your brain. Oh, and also, thanks. On Nebula, Uncensored, blah, 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 blah. Actually, speaking of which, apparently this scene was always their rain delay scene, meaning if they couldn't be outside, they'd do this. So anytime it rained, everyone in this scene started frantically doing push-ups and sit-ups. All that to say, all these beautiful people's workout routines.
What?
God he didn't mention it. He didn't mention it.
What did he just mention though? What the fuck? What did he say?
No. So you know how in Top Gun when they did the volleyball scene, they were like everybody had to stay in shape.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Okay, never mind.
Like, yeah, this was
okay,
like
so
because they were gonna.
Okay, yeah, whatever. What is your point?
All the actors were very uncomfortable filming this scene. Paul Verhoeven basically went, "All right, will you film it if I'm naked as well?"
Oh,
so
okay.
Everybody
yeah.
was naked in this scene.
That would be a great fucking thing for Sins to bring up, and he doesn't.
Yeah,
it's weird how he didn't bring that up because that's the most basic fucking like trivia thing that like everybody, like anyone who's seen this film a few times fucking knows this. Weird.
Is a clear I'ma steal your man wave. Amy Smart. This movie is nonstop hotties, regardless of gender. It's
Yeah, everyone's hot like a true fascistic society or whatever. I don't know what the hell he's gonna say anymore.
Another neat pick that
Ding.
they could have said was, you know how when what's his face starts slapping his ass, and this is a neat pick. Was like when he pulls his pants down, you see his ass is already red, so this is already like the X amount of takes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, pretty funny. I never thought of that.
Yeah. And
his ass is already red.
And like like Jake Busey just taking the fucking violin. You know, you wouldn't expect
was
someone
amazing.
like
that was so funny.
You wouldn't expect someone like him to like be into like classical music, but the motherfucker can fucking play that shit really good.
I fucking
How is he
adore
missing
that bit
these
when he
basic
just started
points?
playing. I loved it when he just started playing the violin. It's so funny.
Well, it's set up though. Are you talking about the first time or the second time?
The one when he does it in the recording when he's sending it to her. When he starts going like,
oh yeah,
hey, it's all harsh, but I think it just goes yeah. Emphasizing bitching a little bit. It's very funny.
Almost like that was intentional. Hey, the Federation has a step up on the Empire. Railings. Even the cadet uniforms are a term that I describe as getting the trains to run on time.
How come you're in such a good mood?
Skip.
They're gray. Fuck
No,
off.
it's talking about like oh, they're wearing the jackets and the ties. They're like mini SS uniforms.
Yeah, it's almost as if like other societies use jackets and ties,
No,
like our military.
No. Well, your military's fascist. Okay.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to talk about when he talks about Neil Patrick Harris's outfit
Main
later. So
character
we'll see.
clearly hates Carmen. I'd watch a movie about that. I never really got into Desperate Housewives, but I'd know Sue Ellen Mishke from across the street. No thanks. Paintball slap.
Sure, fuck it.
Yeah,
why
sure,
not? I
that
don't
is-
care.
not?
That is the actor. You're right.
Yeah, you're correct. That is, I know who that is. Clap.
That is a recognizable actor. Ding.
To fucking and to detract, not even detract from his point, to distract. Funnily enough, the actor that plays the captain, she shows up in Starship Troopers as a completely different character. So the entire time I was watching Starship Troopers, I was seeing that lady's like, what the captain?
Jeez.
Ding.
So yeah,
Also-
want to point out this scene because we're already talking about it because he's already brought the point up. The idea is they look like they fucking like actually look in paint. That's kind of the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it. So we were.
Or I guess he's admitting he's a bitch, but yeah.
Slur and I were talking about this. Like, we also found out. Oh fuck, Jake, do you remember what laser tag is called over there in UK?
Quasar.
Why don't you?
Quasar, yeah.
No. Quasar is a company.
What's the laser tag called over there for? Maybe that's just what it's called in Britain, and not in Britain, in Ireland.
Ireland.
Yeah, what's it called?
Quasar's like a building that I've been to play laser tag before, but laser tag, it's still laser tag.
See, look at that.
That's
This
the
is
name
why.
of the thing.
This is why you two aren't allowed to do a Dragon's Den by yourselves. Fact checked IRL real time.
But that's what Slur told us, though.
Yeah, Slur was wrong.
I mean, he's
okay,
not
but don't
from Britain,
blame
he's not-
us.
I mean, he's not from
Yeah,
England, though.
I was going to say like talk about say it's a slur, not us.
Well, you
but
said it was in the UK, and like, yeah, but like
Over
so
there,
was
like
the
when
UK.
I think when he said over there, he meant like in that
I meant
general
Europe,
area of Europe.
Europeland.
Yeah.
But the thing I mentioned while we were talking about the laser tag scene is, okay, so them
right
hitting
back.
the vests, simulating the pain, that's understandable. But what is the fucking setting of these things that when it hits a wall, it's so on releasing sparks? How intense are those lasers?
I mean, they don't need to be that intense, really.
To create like sparks and shit when it
Yeah,
hits the
no,
wall?
not really. I mean, like if you take depending on, I mean, like if you take like two, I guess it would just depend on what that metal is. You can have a reaction to like something and not really the two components not be like incredibly severe.
Yeah, Jacob. Yeah, can we remember the other week, like when we were hanging out and I got that car battery and then I accidentally clipped them together before I attempted to see your nipples that we were doing. Yeah, they sparked, didn't they? Yeah.
yeah.
Flash airsoft is
Listen,
painful
don't
enough.
judge our
Real
love.
laser tag would be my washout lane moment.
You want to flip 6-3 whole play?
This would be your washout, not the fucking training course with live fire.
So sorry, I love that. This would be my washout
Yeah,
moment, not
you
my
can.
getting stabbed with my arm broken. No, it's laser tag.
Hi, Johnny.
Oh, good woman.
That's also the problem.
I mean, if you're
I'm
gonna do
gay.
a breakup video, you need 2 setups minimum. It really drives the point home. Look at Jupiter. It's not you, it's me.
I joined up for her.
You know? Honesty. Finally. Good for you, Rico. That's growth. Look, I'm no genius.
What it? Okay, that's just one of those. That's just a cinema wins thing. Honesty, ding.
Well, I think the ding was him saying it was growth for Rico, and I mean, he's right.
Well, he also like I've watched his videos quite a lot. Like honesty is just it's one of his ding.
Oh, well, if I'm
like,
just
you know
being
what
like,
cinema sins is like, oh, this doesn't feature a lap dance. That's that. Also, hugging, for example, that's another wins thing.
fair enough. But then in that one, he did stipulate his growth for Rico. That's so I would give him that one because that is the start of that thing that he goes on before he stays.
But continuing to use the non-lethal taser opponents when we know electricity tends to make people tense up and clench when you're firing live rounds seems like an oversight. Case in point,
little
but I'm
bit,
actually
yeah.
sure that if you get
Maybe
shot in the
next time.
face, it is what it is. But if it's because your squad leader took your helmet off, heads will roll, or explode, as it were.
So if we want to talk about the idiocy of this scene, it's more the fact that when you look at the if they'll show the bigger shot of the
Honesty,
obstacle
finally,
course.
good for you, Rico. That's growth. Look, I'm no genius, but
Okay, so what's behind this obstacle course? looks like a little bit of the maze where they played laser tag, but then then there's just those buildings and the way they fire their weapons and everything. You're telling me not a single round ends up in those buildings?
Well, you have to understand though, Wyatt. Like you need to be ready for anything. So if like you're there and you're just like, you know, maybe taking a little bit of a break because, you know, it's like your exercises are done for like at least like the daily exercises are done because you got done early. I mean, like there's gonna be like rounds firing everywhere. You gotta be careful. I mean, you gotta be ready for that stuff.
Also, yeah, again, a fuck up and like the obstacle course is to their left.
Yeah, like it's really stupid. Like those people are in danger.
Yeah, like
it's really
You know
dumb.
what's really fucked up? You know what's really fucked up? The guys watching the fucking course are in the most danger. Because look,
oh
when
my
you're
god, yeah.
when you're down there and the guys pop up above you, where are you shooting?
Up,
Exactly.
and that's where they are.
It's really stupid. It's
Like
really
it-
stupid. So.
Why why
Just
not
like the
have
simulations.
why not have like a big like plastic like fucking like wall, and you could say, well, this is plastitanium. It's bullet resistant times a billion.
Or just have like shields. Just like
Or
have
do
bullets
this in
just-
or do this in an open field.
yeah.
You do it in an open field where like the instructors are behind them.
Or at least behind bulletproof glass if they're still going to be up in a tower.
Well, you see,
plastitanium.
It's symbolic of a fascistic society to not have ceilings.
We live
And
in
also-
we live in a society, Batman.
Also, with something like the helmet being taken off, yeah, it's something he should not have done. But with how the bullet like blew his fucking head off, his helmet wasn't going to stop that.
Yeah.
I mean, they might have. You never know.
No, he was shot in the jaw.
He was clearly. She was literally on. So look at the.
Continuing to use the
watch scene.
non-lethal taser opponents when we know
Watch where she
electricity
falls
tends
down.
to make people tense up and clench when you're firing live rounds seems like an oversight. Case in point,
Very
but I'm
much
actually
so.
pretty sure that if you get
Right there.
Yeah.
So she's literally landing in the lower section, so she's literally shooting up at him.
If anything, his helmet would have just like probably stopped the bullet like after it went into his skull.
I'm gonna say that's honestly
or potentially like what like the issue might have simply just been like well, instead of like doing like talking about the helmet, like the helmet isn't necessarily the helmet issue is what like got them to like fucking stop in the first place instead of getting off the fucking course.
Well, no, that part
It's
like
a combination. It's a combination of things actually.
I mean,
yeah,
I remember
it's that he should have like it's his helmet. He should have fall back. Or...
It's always him. Everybody knows that he's holding them back. That's why they're all fucking talking shit about him. But like them talking shit about him also distracts them from actually doing their job.
Yeah.
It's a big fucking combination.
Mm-hmm.
shot in the face, it is what it is. But if it's because your squad leader took your helmet off, heads will roll, or explode, as it were.
Rico! You are relieved of squad command!
Priorities. Jasper Van Dien's workout routine.
But yeah, priority, yeah. But the delivery of that line always caught me off guard. It's like, it sounds so clear. I don't know. It's probably just
what the Rico. You're relieved of squad command.
Mm-hmm. It just sounds like oddly clear. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Fair enough. None 0 point on Casper Van Dien's workout routine. Yeah, that's another just Cinema Wins ding thing.
Yeah.
Also, like, yeah, what's a medic gonna do? He's missing his.
Mahler brought it up.
Well, we
It's the
just
idea-
showed.
It's the idea of him being in shock and he doesn't know what to do.
That's true.
Yeah. Sorry.
Lay down on this, son. It helps. I know.
Good guy, Zim? I mean, at least in the context of a totalitarian punitive state.
It's not
Oh, for
totalitarian,
fuck's
though. It's not. How is it
So-
totalitarian?
Meanwhile, you could actually talk about the fucking like character work that means and how it sympathizes Zim instead of just saying good guy Zim. It's like, oh, it shows that he's been through disciplinary action as well, and like it relates Rico to his drill instructor, another human, like a scene where through the military facade the humanity shows.
Yep. And
Yeah.
It's like the payoff about their relationship too.
Yeah,
I
everyone
think
just
counting would make it worse. He knows he's only halfway through and he's already done.
And I love the fact that
and you can still hear the whipping and the counting as we cross-cut away.
Oh,
Yes, Ding, you have explained to me what is happening on screen. Thank you.
No,
I'm
that
deaf
is a
and blind.
that's a
Well, no,
neat
he's sa-
detail.
he- he's saying-
I
he's saying
missed
it's a
that
neat
until like
detail.
3 watches ago.
Wait,
You missed what? How?
you miss that?
It's on screen,
I was focusing more on the music.
but
But you can't hear the music without hearing a guy yell numbers
Exactly.
and a whip.
No,
I mean, is that really a win though, or is it just what's happening?
It's a neat thing in cinema, but that's
yeah, and
but,
also,
he hasn't
in
said
my
why
ca-
it's cool. He's just said it is.
Well, in my case, it's more the fact that I, without even realize it, tuned out the whips. That was.
But what I mean is, he's gone like, oh, it's there, win. It's like, oh, but why is it good though? He's just like, no, it just is. It's like, right, thanks, that's great.
Yeah.
Man and woman on screen, Ding.
Yeah.
Depends on who you're spending it with.
Her face isn't not disgust, and yet I'm still angry with her.
3 weeks aboard a starship, and you think that you
What?
can lick my naps?
Depends how many 3 holes.
It's basically bullying Carmen. To be fair, I hate Carmen as well. Carmen is a shitty fucking person.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't care.
I was honestly looking away for.
Flips you got going on, but sure, why not?
So what did the captain say?
Thanks. Gotta team up officially and crew for her. You know what I want.
No. What do you want?
Again, Carmen
tell
broke
me
my
what
boy
you
Rico's
want,
heart,
would
but
you
her
rather?
desires have been clear from day one. She wants to fly, and she's going to follow the path that leads her there the quickest, even if it means leading this pile of terrible hair, even for the 90s on.
Profile suggests an asteroid, ma'am.
You might think it's funny that she's like,
I don't know if that means leading him on.
Yeah,
thought-
I don't. Yeah,
I mean,
it
they're-
just sounds
she-
like
she-
they're flirting.
They fuck. Like,
I mean, I'm gonna say like, yeah, but also like it's. I mean, they're saying it
Cameron's
like.
the problem with Cameron isn't like she's willing to do whatever it takes for her career in that instance. It's the fact that she's a goddamn flirt. Like
Well,
the
I'm gonna-
second
she's a-
that guy
she's a flirt.
dies,
She's a flirt, and they have a lot of like fucking commonalities. That's why they like hit it
But I
off
was gonna-
the second
but-
they started
but
talking
like
about it.
but like she's so much of a flirt that even when she's dating Rico, like during the football game, she's like, oh hey, like we have so much in common. We're going to the fleet together. Ooh, and then the second that this guy dies, she's like, oh yeah, I'm with Rico now.
But I'm gonna
Well, I
say
mean, to be
like
fair, the
seems
second he dies, she's screaming because she's being picked up from the
Yeah.
hole on her shoulder.
Yeah.
it seems to. They seem to be implying here that she's flirting with him and that because it will help her get rising through the ranks, but she's already in the position that she's in.
Yeah, she's literally where she wants to be.
So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
her flirting with him will achieve her nothing. She's doing it because she finds it fun.
Yeah, and she could maybe.
I'm
she
sorry,
likes him.
you're wrong,
No.
Wins.
it might be an asteroid, and then it's right there, but it's actually showing us how fast it's moving. They couldn't see it 5 seconds ago, and now it's about to hit them. That is terrifying. Everything is hardcore in the Federation.
No,
That was stupid. That was that was stupid.
You want to talk about like no, it doesn't show how fast they're moving. It just shows how stupid they are because they're not moving so fast that like within 5 seconds they're already like about to hit it. It's like no, why didn't you all notice the asteroid as you were just there? Because it was well within visual range that whole probably that whole time.
You don't know like
Yeah.
I want to.
They honestly weren't looking though. They didn't notice it until the gravitational fields, and then they actually spot it.
Yeah, that be what happens. I mean, it's yeah. It's a scene.
And this
They
is the
literally
main
go.
reason
They
Buenos
literally
Aires
go.
is-
There's the gravitational field, and then they like, oh shit, and then that's when they start getting up. Like even the captain's asleep. They're all chilling.
I remember when I first watched that, and I assumed the scene was going to be that Carmen had fucked up by changing the flight path that he had set earlier, but this was just a thing that they talked about for a bit, and then it isn't
did.
relevant to anything.
It did seem like that, didn't it? And then like later,
Yeah,
it's like,
it felt like it was set up, and then it just wasn't, and I was just like, then in retrospect,
Yeah.
I'm like, that was a conversation that was fucking irrelevant
just
to the
like-
movie, but whatever.
Just like also like because we know about how space is like one, the meteor the bug sent would already take like fucking forever. And secondly, this little dink would not adjust its like it would have to they're at Jupiter. This little dink would not just suddenly make its entire course go to Earth. It was
This is how I
already
play
had to have
golf.
been-
Mhm.
What?
What?
Yeah.
It's destroyed. Crazy when you think about
You were gonna say something, Max?
No, I'm curious what his point is here.
it.
This time of year?
There is no point. Cool.
No, because you and him were because we talked about this for like a second. because you talked about how when the ship crashed into it, that's what actually crashed in Buenos Aires. But like, that's not. Oddly enough, that's not how the film interprets it.
Yeah,
That
it's
it
not
was
how the
already
film
on its
interprets
way.
it. Yeah, it was already on its way.
Yeah, that is
so,
dark.
So
Even
yeah, if you
sadder
go
since they were
back,
being-
he's actually blaming Carmen for this asteroid for destroying Buenos Aires.
Yeah.
And there's also another stupid thing about that part too. Is like, why the fuck did they wait so long to shoot the thrusters?
Yeah, when it's like you should.
That's so stupid. It's space.
Why is that container covered in glass too?
Like, yeah, like why is the container covered in glass and that's something you can like pick up easily? No, smash it. Like that's what his point of it, like the Federation being hardcore. But no, like that's the idea. It's like, why don't we just fire the thrusters now? Why are you waiting for the last second to start moving?
Also,
It's so stupid.
Those controls honestly probably wouldn't be hidden in some weird container either. It's a hard vector change, something that would probably be necessary in the basic controls for their station.
Can you go back? Does it actually pop out or
yes?
Okay, because if it pops out because they're emergency thrusters, you don't want to do that because think about it as like a cruise ship. You don't want to immediately fucking jostle a cruise ship because you don't know what's going on. But the idea, if you need to do it in emergency, then yeah, the pop out is what basically keeps it hidden.
But considering
the
this is a
the
combat
pop out,
ship
the
going
pop out,
hard
the pop
to
out,
port and all that stuff, that would those like at the
Those
very
are-
least not to as severe as the controls that pop out, but a version of that where it's less severe to help them navigate through. Like,
well, no, you don't. But you don't want you want something severe though. That's the idea of the emergency thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it
But
might
yeah,
be
so
an
if it-
asteroid and then it's right there, but it's actually showing us how fast it's moving. They couldn't see it 5 seconds ago, and now it's about to hit them. That
And
is
yet
terrifying.
it moves really slowly and sharp.
Yeah, so it pops, so it does pop out, and then she has to break it. That's really stupid. It should just be a pop out.
Or just be a plastic lid, like the lid.
No, it doesn't need to be a plastic lid. The fucking container is it fucking rising.
No,
That's what I'm trying to say.
No, I'm talking
Like this-
about not a full on plastic lid. I'm you know those little covers that are over like missile arming switches.
Yeah,
to make sure they're not accidentally knocked. Yeah, but
Yeah,
they're
but
really easy to move. Yeah.
Yeah, but the idea is like, but it already has that thing when it's literally rising up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's double redundant for something that should be done in emergency.
And it should just be part of the basic controls. Like
it also should just be that, Jake. You're 100% billion right.
I love the idea though that they have it like it pops out of the ground and someone puts a metal cover over it and just go, there we go, just think for emergency and go, I don't know, maybe we should have like a flimsy plastic to break here covered as well, just in case. Like the metal sheet isn't enough.
Why the fuck would you do that? Well, it would look cool. Oh, that's fair.
What if someone was shooting a movie?
Oh,
Destroyed
yeah.
Federation.
Dang.
And this is the main reason Buenos Aires is destroyed, which is pretty crazy when you think about it.
This time of year?
It's not.
But it's not.
Dark.
Yeah,
It's
that
not.
is dark. Even
The
so,
bugs-
they were being genuinely good parents.
The bugs sent the meteor.
Yeah,
The
but like,
bugs
what's his point there? Is he saying that it's Carmen's fault, or this is just the asteroid that's going?
I mean,
I literally was talking about this, Jake. We were talking about this last night. I was like, the bad faith interpretation of just every action that's done in this film.
The point,
it's like
Yeah,
Carmen's
like,
fault,
so-
but it's Carmen's fault. The meteor.
He
hit
doesn't.
Buenos
He
Aires.
doesn't say it explicitly, but the implication in that was Carmen's fault.
Yeah.
That's
I think
weird.
what no my the bigger implication for me is that he's going to try to use this for the attack on the bugs to be unjustified.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
see.
the thing. That's what I'm talking about. When it's like the greater implication of like he's putting the Federation in as hard of a as bad faith interpretation as possible, so that he can set things up.
I mean, how big was that?
Which is why he skipped the Mormon extremists.
Also, actually, I just realized something. So, Asa, what you were about to say is how big it was, and I just realized, oh yeah, Earth would be destroyed.
Yeah, the meteor they sent was huge.
It was
I was gonna say because I was like, wasn't it like way bigger than compared to the ship and that? I was gonna be like,
and it's easily bigger than an aircraft carrier, and like the fucking wasn't the fucking asteroid that killed all the dinosaurs the size of like a house, or some shit like that? How big was it?
No, the KT meteor was the size of Mount Everest.
It was not on Mount Everest. Okay, so yeah, basically it was close to that asteroid. So yeah, the whole world
Then it would have
fucked
taken
up.
out South America at least.
It would have taken out most of. It probably would have taken out most of that hemisphere.
Well,
everything in the vicinity would have been like either incinerated to create massive shot. But no, the real problem would be that the ejecta or the dust that would have been ejected in the atmosphere would have sent the entire planet into nuclear winter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm saying the Earth would be destroyed. That's just basically what I'm saying. I do, however, agree with this point. However, so yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, because this is basic
and
storytelling.
welcoming him home.
That you don't have what it takes to be a citizen.
I love that it was never even a question if Diz has what it takes, and she was just planning to play pro jump ball and also joined for a hottie.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
For a dude that gets snapped in half in the first battle, Kitten has one of the most iconic lines in the movie.
Goddamn bugs whacked his child.
Another great line that could fit into a 1940s gangster movie perfectly. And also a minus the bear song? Well, it's an interlude.
Forget it, Jim. We need you here. I want combat, sir.
Ha! Zim will show us where his priorities lie.
Yep.
Yeah, it's probably
It's a really good. It's probably one of my favorite setups in all of fucking fiction. Is him going, if you want to go, you got to bump yourself down to private. Later, he is bumped down. It's so good.
Yeah, and Zim was the one that captured the brain bug too, so it's like he's probably gonna get bumped back up to sergeant.
He's lower ranked than fucking Rico.
Yeah,
and he is so happy with himself about it.
He's so happy. Because he's a badass. Fuck yeah, Zim. Best boy.
To me.
Also
good guy Zim. I mean, at least in the context of a militarized warhawk.
God damn it!
Oh my god!
So he has to underpin it. He can't give these scenes genuine.
I love how
because it's fascist.
You want to talk about like how this society operates and that kind of stuff. Mention how when I'm just gonna call him Hank because I don't remember how what the military leader guy's name was. Hank turns away, so it's basically to from Breaking Bad, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Why is he Hank? Oh.
He turns away so that Zim can rip up the contract.
Yeah.
Like you want to show like, oh, how much we want to like have people who want revenge, or just how we have as many able-bodied soldiers as possible. He's willing to turn the other way so that Rico could get back in the fight. We don't mention that, but we basically go, "Oh, cool guy, Zim, fascist."
Militaristic state. It's like, but no, it's not.
Yeah, no. Like the thing is, when Hank just turns around, this like I would more or less argue that that's more or less him like, well, yeah, his entire family is dead. He has nothing left, so
yeah, that's literally
all he has left is rage and wants fuck it, let's send him on his way.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oh yeah,
fuck it.
And he did fuck it.
Good bug is a
Make it 10 minutes.
John Davison, one of the film's producers, giving another one of the most iconic lines of the film. Is this movie just all iconic lines? Yes, it is, yeah. This is terrible and dark AF, but also what a crazy job. Of course it's Carl's, and of course he's in the instructional video.
Okay, I'm gonna let's do that point by point. This is terrible and dark as fuck. No, it's an instructional video that's like, oh yeah, you're common arachnid when you just shoot one of its limbs off. It's 85% combat effective. You got to aim for the nerve stem to put it down quick, that's just an instructional video on how to fucking fight the bugs.
Yeah, and the bugs deserve extermination. So
actually, as a point of, I don't know if it's criticism, but watching that movie, like I find it very inconsistent how when the bugs die and that sometimes depending on what the scene wants to do. Like sometimes they die in a couple of hits, sometimes they never go down.
Oh, dude, yeah. Sometimes it takes like fucking 8 people unloading their entire fucking magazine into it.
Yeah,
let's also not forget, like, just god damn, there's so many people, and how are you missing, or like how are these things not being like?
Well, one thing I fucking would actually really fucking hammer home on the movie: the fire lines in the fucking thing are horrible until you actually get to the outpost.
Right.
Yeah, you got people aiming literally like. Helldivers brings this up because friendly fire is not. But like when somebody crosses your fire line or somebody's even near your fire line, guess what? You can accidentally hit them.
And that's why we keep laughing at the sentries and the guard dogs, because they basically see an enemy, and if you get in their way, they don't care.
They don't care. They gotta kill the enemy. Very simple programming.
Yeah, and
I mean, but the thing is, if you just duck most of the time, you can actually miss them. If you notice that I'm going prone and ducking a lot in firefights now.
Yeah, that's why you gotta learn to like use all states of the movement.
Exactly.
Of course it's Carl. Bring back to the movie. Carl, when it's like, yeah, he got games in theory.
Yeah.
That's what his position is.
Your effort at home in your community.
Romantic laughter and applause is everything.
That's fair. That's fair. It's a really funny part.
That is always my favorite part of that commercial. Yeah, she like the kids just stopping on the bugs. Like, yeah.
It's Arthricide, people. It's justified.
Yeah.
And I say kill them all.
There it is, the line, the one that makes you think, I wonder if that guy who made this is trying to tell me something.
He's just. I mean, like the bugs deserve it. What do you mean? Yeah, he's angry. His family.
Like,
his family is dead.
That's what he's trying to say. Yeah, he's angry. Yeah, really deep, dog.
I was at Malevolent Creek, and I say, kill them all.
Shut up. But
Yeah,
no,
and it's...
like that's not deep or anything. Like, what are you talking about? I wish he
Yeah,
would elaborate, but he's not going to elaborate.
And the fact that the bugs have been are consistently portrayed as absolute savage monsters that do not care, then it's because they're bugs.
It's literally said later with the KIA list, like there's almost no wounded. Bugs don't take prisoners.
Yeah, because it's just...
Also, yes, during the entirety of our watching of Starship Troopers, I was quoting the fuck out of Helldiver.
Yeah.
Mother was right about you. You look great in your uniform.
Maturity. She said handsome, though.
You don't look very happy to see me.
Should I be?
It's different now.
Really love how she throws a hook out there, and then when he bites, she sets it right in his eyeball. Yeah, still not over her. I can't believe I never noticed Mazzy Star's fade into you before. I am shame. Paul Verhoeven is an underrated genius.
Get it, Rico! Mobile infantry and fleet.
I wish we would talk about the actual good thing about that scene, where it's like literally like homeboy is talking shit about being like fucking like fucking Carmen. He's like, I don't go fuck. But then he just makes fun of the mobile infantry, and he goes, "You got something to say about that?" Like, that is showing maturity through Rico. It's a really great fucking character moment.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, what's he gonna do? He immediately swings on. Like,
the second he's like,
rank doesn't matter. Fuck you. It's so it's so good. I love that scene.
That's why, like, personally, like, I think, like, the problem is they were both football players. I still think Rico, through his experience with the mobile infantry, should have fucking decked like him completely.
He does fuck him up more than he gets fucked up. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Rico's walking away fine. Fucking homie's got a fucked up lip. The visible damage is shown.
That's fair, actually. I was thinking of number of hits. You're correct, though. In terms of
Rico's
actual damage,
fine.
Rico doesn't even have a scratch. That is,
and he's ready to keep fucking going too. It takes fucking 5 Marines to pull him back. Meanwhile, homie is just like chilling.
Yeah, Rico can take a few elbows, but for the most part, he's more like this is mildly inconvenient and mildly painful. The other guys gets like almost a concussion from one hit.
Yeah,
that's fair. Yeah,
motherfucker goes to get a fucking tattoo afterwards.
Well,
the implication is this is like 10 seconds later. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm getting a tattoo,
and then he gets alcohol thrown on the fucking tattoo.
And he doesn't.
Fuck, that hurts.
Shit. Yeah, he doesn't even give a shit. He's a badass.
Yeah.
And also,
he does. He reacts, but
he does. But then, like, immediately, he like gets over it for a second, and then like, yeah, that's a great scene.
Oh yeah.
I've actually been thinking, like, would it even would the laser be more efficient, like, than the needle? I don't.
Probably.
No, lasers
the
are
needle.
how you get rid
The needle's
of them.
very antiquated, even by like most tattoo artists.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a snack.
Get a snack. You say snack?
It's a good thing.
Well, he did say he worked out this week, so he's fucking probably.
All right. Well, while Jacob's not here, how can we ruin his video? Let's see.
So I've thought of like getting that Death from Above tattoo, but it's it's colored. I've already
and we all know that Wyatt hates the colors.
Yeah, exactly.
That was fast. I give you inspiration for that.
No, it's the fact that all my tattoos are black and white that I'm just like, fuck. If I get one that's colored, it's gonna throw off the rest of them.
Yeah, this fashion souls, you know. So.
I mean,
I don't blame you. I don't want to get tattoos.
Souls.
I mean, it's true. It is fashion souls.
Tattoos.
That is what?
Tattoos are big, yeah.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say the Max and I have the polar opposite opinions. Where I'm just like, yeah, get ink. You like live a little.
Oh, do we actually have like the tri?
And Max is very anti-tattoo.
Do we have the trifecta here? Why it's like everyone should get one. Max goes, no one should get one, and I go, I don't care. We actually have the 3 opinions on tattoos.
I'm literally thinking once I get my tax return, I'm like, I want to get more. I want to get new ink.
I mean, I'm not against tattoos. My thing personally for me, because I've thought about it, but I always am like, I don't think I'd want any. I think anything I would get, like after a certain amount of time, I'd be like, I'm bored of this now and I can't get rid of it. Fuck.
Well,
I have a Sninin roll.
That is That is why you have to be careful when it comes to your selection.
Yeah, but I think that's why I'd never get one. But I kind of, but people that have something that they really want, it's like, I think it's cool.
I'm surprised through your level 1 piece you haven't at least considered getting Luffy's Jolly Roger.
Izzy has said that she think it'd be funny if I got that, but I've said no. But
no, what you do is you get it on your lower back.
Yeah.
Now what I do is I get it on my dick. Anyway,
the Jolly Roger tramp stamp.
No, what you
yes and no.
No, what you do is you on your lower back you get a planet of Cadia and it says Cadia stands.
Yeah.
He doesn't get that hit play.
You think Verhoeven ever worried while making this movie that some people might miss the point? Yeah, me either. See, the thing that gets you is
I think we honestly, I think we had a good conversation on whether or not Paul Verhoeven actually missed his own point.
He didn't read the book when he made it. I think one of the writers had to.
Yeah, but like I don't get the part about the music. The music is supposed to be like jazzed up because they're about to go fuck up the bus.
Is he saying that this movie is? Sorry, Ken.
I was just saying the music is being played like they're gonna go fuck up the bugs. Let's go, and even Rico is going woo, like freaking out. And then they land, or sorry, I think the ships start getting blown up, and that's when the music starts to cut down, where it's like, oh wait a minute.
I was gonna say, but he just said like, is he saying like, oh well, it's obviously so like this movie is so obvious that it's
not about fascism.
No. We know, but I'm just saying that he said, oh, but was he worried people would get it? Because I don't think he would, because no one would miss the point. Meanwhile, earlier in this video, I said as a kid how I missed the point several times.
No, wait, it's gonna do.
Wait.
So
he's saying that the score is actually too good for this movie because it's about fascism.
But it's also freaking awesome. So you think fascism is awesome? Cool.
Yep.
Yes, it's a movie about fascism, but it's also freaking awesome.
What do you mean also?
Military intelligence will be random in light.
Great telepathy, Carl. Checks out, stupid Carl.
Why do you hate Carl so much?
Well, okay. First off, don't talk with your mouth full. Secondly, the bigger error that I personally have with this is why the fuck are these ships all grouped up like this?
Here's the thing.
Space is open.
I brought that point up when we first started watching it. Didn't we do coverage of this, or am I tripping?
We attempted to. We were gonna cover Starship Troopers and Avatar, but that fell through.
Fair enough.
What are they firing, by the way? Do we ever see what the aliens are firing?
It's plasma out of like these big beetle things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that because? Yeah, but also my second thing, because I was going to ask, I think I just missed it. But secondly, like the likelihood of these ships being hit as well is insane.
Yeah, these fucking beams are going insanely fast. I brought up the fact that they're packed up as like close like sardines in our first viewing of it, but that's because they didn't know about what the bugs.
Oh yeah, like this is meant to be like oh shit, we thought we'd just win easy.
So for the Battle of Klendathu, I'll give them that. Planet P, however, there's no excuse because they lose a lot of ships.
Yeah, it's really stupid. It should be.
Yeah, that's the one when I thought about. This one, I was just like, like being like, oh, everything's going wrong. That one, I was just like, hang on.
Yeah, you guys are all packed together like.
Well, I thought military command knew it was fucked. It was just the infantry that weren't told because of anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's just it's a problem with the movie. The movie is not flawless by any regards.
Oh no, it's not.
Definitely not. It's fun.
Honestly, where would we even put Starship Troopers? I'd
probably put it like a
7.
I'd probably put it like a 6, but personally, I love it. So
I would say it's a 7. I'd go this far high. I'd say 7.
It's a 6 out of 10 for like movie making skills, but it's a 10 out of 10 because I love fascism.
You of course you love fascism. Of course you do.
In Florida, man.
You're from Florida. Of course you would.
Of course, the brown man loves fascism.
Yep.
Big goddamn mistake.
Whoa, if they're cursing in this movie, you know it's serious.
What?
Aw, she dead. Incredible concept. Finding out that the bad.
I never understood that, because it looks like Carmen got blown the fuck up, and yet she's just fine. And then
and then it looks like Ryu got fucking eaten, and then he's fine. So
yeah,
it's implied that he's eaten too.
Like, I don't know. Watching this today, I must have had to leave the room for a sec because I completely didn't see this fucking thing of the big bomb things firing the thing. I just completely didn't see this. I must have had to leave the room for a second when I was watching it.
Wait, why didn't you just pause the movie?
I don't know. I mean,
it pops up at 2 different points though. I think. Am I true?
I'm more just laughing now. This is like I'm chuckling at the idea that Asa was just like, I gotta go do something. Leaves the movie playing.
I honestly might have been because it's in either. I honestly might have just been like refilling my because I got my soda stream for my Pepsi Max. It honestly might have just been I was refilling that quick. I was listening but wasn't looking at the screen.
That's fair.
But I don't know that for certain because I'm a fucking retard. But you know.
That's fair. That's also fair.
He's organic was such a that's so cool, and also, duh, they're not building artillery. Humans are, though, and a smart way to give us a false sense of security. I wasn't sure who this guy was, so I went to check and found a list of everyone that dies in the movie, but I didn't expect to get punched in the guts during a little research. Anyway, it was their LT, which I would have remembered if I just kept watching. Brutal death.
Yeah, look, for some reason all those people firing at it, it's not like even hurting it.
Well, the thing is I wouldn't mind if that was the case, but then other times they take like 3 or 4 shots and they go down, and I'm like, I remember being like, this is the bit that's like annoying me the most in this movie,
but I didn't expect.
It's very inconsistent. What is this fucking point?
To get punched in the gut.
Motherfucker! Yeah, of course the ferret died when Buenos Aires get fucking exploded.
That's why how dare you kill the floof snake?
Well, I mean,
I'm more concerned about Arachnid.
Shot by Carl.
Also, guys, dog. I can't believe dog died.
Well, yeah, when it brutally showed that dog's corpse covered in rebar, and it's like, yeah, the only good bug is a dead bug.
Yeah.
Guts during a little research. Anyway, it was their LT, which I would have remembered if I just kept watching. Brutal death. Kill them! Kill them all! That's his line. He said it again. Still want to bring a baby into all this, Katrina? Brutal.
That seemed fine.
Yeah, maybe not in this battlefield, you fucking moron.
What like? Does this? Sorry, cinema wins. I need to explain. So bad things happen in real life, and people still have kids. There we go. Life lesson over.
Well, no, because there.
Or is he saying she's abandoning her post because and that means she's not gonna have kids? It's like, yeah, war sucks. It fucks with people in different ways. Some people.
She didn't know she was going to the war.
It's this weird point of view. I don't know if he particularly has it because it'd be hypocritical because he has a son. The idea that it's like, oh, we shouldn't have kids because we're ruining the planet and all this kind of stuff, and there's wars. When it's like, yep, there's always going to be something going on. If you
the thing is, I'm fine if that's your argument for personal reasons why you don't want kids, but because it's everyone's choice. I just don't know why people make it other people's problem. I don't know.
It's everybody's choice, of course.
That's what I mean.
I find that logic very flawed because it's like there will always be something happening.
Personally, I find the idea of having a baby offensive.
I don't know why the logic is flawed though. If somebody's logic is life sucks, and I agree with that, therefore I don't want it because I know it's going to happen. That just seems like logic, whether or not you agree with it or not.
No, that's why I'm saying fair enough. It's always your choice. That's I was then just interjecting my perspective.
No, I know. I don't see the flaw in the logic. It just I just think it's more of a personal opinion thing because I've felt like that before when I've thought about it. It doesn't mean it's my stance on it, but I've had the umming and ahhing about stuff in my head before. But that's just when you bounce ideas around in your own head, isn't it?
Isn't that the motivation for the villain in Tenet? Is like, oh yeah, because of global warming, I'm gonna blow up time.
That's funny. I've not seen that, but that's funny.
Don't bring up Tenet.
Seems like that thing up. And a rough ending for Girl with Cigar from Swingers. You knew you recognized her, right? She was a Klingon in DS9 too. Let's recognize her. Give this man a raise. Or tell him he'll get a raise and then bank on this happening. That brief moment where you're like, huh, maybe it wasn't Rico. Oh, snap, the fake out. And what a classic hero death.
No.
Frankly, I find the idea of a bug that thinks offensive.
So the fascism doesn't really change the debate show.
That didn't get the iconic counter too? What
I wanna say that's funny, and also he's like, fascism doesn't really change debate shows, but I'm like, this is the left's debate strategy nowadays, right? But whatever. Yeah. I find that offensive.
I'm more irritated that that's not on the iconic line.
Oh, it totally should be, because I absolutely lost my shit laughing when I heard that line.
Because we quote that line, all I think of the idea of a bug that thinks offensive.
His delivery is amazing as well, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I love him being like, fascism doesn't change. No, this is leftism now. This we can see it on TV.
This has been a debate tactic for fucking centuries. I don't know what the fuck.
Oh no. What I mean is that, but that right now that's what everyone sees.
Oh yeah, left, currently, yeah, currently.
Oh yeah, but that's what I mean. I don't mean I mean everyone.
No, I'm not. I'm talking to Cinnamon Wins when I said that.
Oh, sorry.
Also, one of the most humoring things is the lady who's like trying to just make a legitimate point, and this guy who's just like, I can't believe we're even having this conversation. This is so stupid. He has to stop on his foot. Listen.
Okay, good to know. I can't decide if red
Also,
floor is
doesn't
an
talk
infirmary.
doesn't talk about Rico's quote unquote death, but you know.
Oh, I didn't get what he said earlier though. When he said like, oh, you thought it might not be Rico, but damn, figure that. No, we knew it was. We saw it at the beginning.
Yeah.
It was. It wasn't trying to fake us out. It was more making. It was the false sense of thing of like, oh, what's gonna happen, and then it happens, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, and it was
fuck.
from the perspective of the fallen over camera.
Yeah.
I'm more annoyed with this current point now. If the red floors of the infirmary is a smart move or a terrible one, because you know when it's like this isn't the infirmary, this is just a this is just a hallway that they packed with people because the infirmary is still full. There were like I think at least 8 million killed at Clendathu.
Also, funny joke. Also, a funny joke. Haha, blood dries brown, so it doesn't work.
For a terrible.
Oh yeah, we've got a nurse here, so like
It always looks clean, but how will you ever know if it actually is clean? I mean, this
Because
is just
it
like
dries
makeshift triage because 300,000 people were killed. For 1997, this was a genuinely good bait and switch, and they dragged it out for just the right amount of time. Also, I appreciate that while Carmen's career was understandably more.
That when he's literally being
Yeah, I remember. I remember. I was confused as fuck when I was watching this.
Yeah.
Oh, you're dead. It's like literally implied. It's like fucking 2 rooms over. Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, like how can he?
I'm
How
not,
can he
I'm
be?
not
How
dead.
can,
I'm still fine. I'm still
How would
happy.
he? How would he be registered to be dead if they knew to put him in the healing tank?
Yeah, I think
Also-
this is just a shock. I think to go. Oh, it's shocking. Well, Carmen. Blah, blah, blah. It's dumb.
It's very poor structuring.
It is what
According
it is.
to her high school
And
relationship,
it's like
she
barely
truly
a
did.
payoff like later too. You know what I mean? Like the whole thing's like, oh, I thought you were dead. Like that's the end of that scene. It's like,
I
oh,
don't even like. I talked with this with Slur. I don't think Carmen should have been flying that dropship. It's just there to make the scene happen.
Yeah, it kind of. I remember I thought it felt a bit forced. But hey.
Care for him. A young Dolph Lundgren in a back-to tank. This movie has everything. And this tech is sick.
I don't like that.
Okay, so back to the thing I didn't like about this movie. I hated that Carmen broke up with Rico, and because of that, I never really accepted Dizzy. And as an adult, I see how absolutely idiotic that is, and now love Rico and Diz. And it's unquestionably more than if you can't love the one you want, love the one you're with. They build an actual adult friendship based on trust, experience, and sure, lots of trauma. But nobody is second pick. These are 2 absolute smoke shows who care for each other and should 100% get 20 minutes to themselves. For the record, I always felt the same way about Sharon Stone in Total Recall, which is funny because Ratchek was an actual bad guy in that. Huh. Should I reassess how I feel about Melina? What gives, Paul?
We've been.
No. So
Why did you ding that?
That ding went way too fucking long.
First off, the Sharon Stone. First off, Sharon Stone was an actual bad guy.
No, just let the fucking movie play. We're not talking about that movie.
Yeah.
like you going on a tangent about his tangent. That's not going to help us. Moving on.
No, yeah, let's and like the stuff
That's
you said about.
Hold on, that's all I had to say. By the way.
Hang on, guys. Question to the room: tangents, yay or nay? We need to discuss this in thorough now, otherwise Max won't have an aneurysm.
So tangents.
I mean,
Tangents are fine.
As long as it's as long as we're able to fucking loop back within reason.
I'm fine with tangents, but I don't want to go on a tangent about his stupid tangent. Because I
Yeah.
move on.
That's why it was just that sentence of like, first off, Sharon Stone was the bad guy.
Yeah, when you say first off, that doesn't mean that's the end of that sentence. That means you're gonna say something else.
My favorite thing about this,
the second off was gonna be more on the points that he was making within the thing, because you're right, he did go on for too fucking long, because I was trying to fucking process every single fucking thing of that.
My favorite thing about this
But
is
nobody
that it was
is-
a tangent, and then Wyatt had a tangent. So now we're having a tangent about Max talking about Wyatt having a tangent about Cinema Wins tangent.
Which then in of itself is a tangent, so it's like going to happen regardless. So.
And now I will talk about how Asa had a tangent upon the tangent of the tangent of the Cinema Wins' tangent upon the Max's tangent upon tangent.
No, it's not. It's not Cinema Wins' tangent about Max's tangent. It's Asa going on a tangent that you're about to go on a tangent because I went on a tangent because Wyatt was about to go on a tangent about
Butterflies in the sky.
I can fly twice as high.
Guys, you smell toast. I know I do.
Why does everything taste like copper?
So the first when it comes like the second off when it comes to all of his points, no, Diaz is just objectively better. Carmen's a piece of shit from the get-go.
That's what he says though.
But like his way of thinking when he was a kid was like, "Oh, I'm mad that they just broke up." When it's like, no, be mad that I almost keep saying Cameron.
Yeah,
Cameron's a shitty person
he
from the
admitted
get-go.
he's a fucking idiot. But
Yeah, as a child, he's a child. He was a child. Yeah.
Percent get 20 minutes to themselves. For the record, I always felt the same way about Sharon Stone in Total Recall, which is funny because Ratchek was an actual bad guy in that. Huh. Should I reassess how I feel about Melina? What gives, Paul?
We've been beside Big K. Outer Ring, Zegama Beach.
Zegama Beach?
Zegama Beach.
Zegama Beach.
No one talks about.
All right.
Why did you do what? But why did he ding it though? Because he only dinged it because he made the joke that you already dinged earlier.
Yeah, I was gonna say
because it made you chuckle. That's why.
No, I know, no. But this is the thing. But that's not a cinema win. That's actually him making a funny joke using editing, which I will admit he did do. But that's not the cinema win.
But that's not a win. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it's just a funny joke.
It's win to me.
Well,
He winned himself. He winned
himself.
himself.
What I mean. I'm like, you made a funny joke through editing. That was funny. Why did you ding it though about the movie when it wasn't to do with the movie?
Yeah.
Zegama Beach.
Not the lieutenant that saved my life.
Mine too. Same for me.
Me too.
Which is funny because the main arc and lesson learned for Rico as part of Ratchek's Roughnecks is to mercy kill Marines.
You don't do your job, I'll shoot you.
See what I mean?
I only have.
No, it isn't. It's not. I mean, it's
No,
something he learns, but that's not his arc.
No.
No, the lesson learned from the Roughnecks is that Ratchek really cares about his people because he saved them all.
I'm gonna say like he does learn that, but it's one of many lessons because this whole thing is about him learning to be a leader.
Yeah.
And sometimes killing your own men is something you need to do because of the awful situation that you can be in because of this fucked up war.
Yeah, and then when he kills them, it's like I'd expect the same to be done for me.
Yeah, because he kills someone else. He goes, I expect the same to be done to me, and then it happens to him, and then there's no bitching. He expects it to be done to him, so it just is.
And there is like we always meme on that scene. There is hesitation from Rico, and he has to scream at him to do it.
Yeah, it's. I mean, there's some stuff I don't think, but like the whole point of the arc itself is. But that's not the whole point of the Rico's arc within this regiment. Whatever is to learn how to kill his friends. That's not the arc.
One rule: everyone fights.
Oh crap!
And I had no idea.
What?
I messed the fuck up. I forgot I was recording and I went to other tabs.
Jake.
That's funny.
Focus on the video, you fucking.
Well, on the other hand, that just means he's gonna have more work now. He's gonna.
I'll see what they see, but if.
Oh no, the horse and lollipop.
I was gonna say.
No,
it's
like
like what do they see? Pornhub. That's fine.
No, all I did was go to my Facebook. I'll see what they see, and if they don't see,
all I did is personal information.
Well, no, because it's all fucking cropped and shit. I don't know what they would see.
This is
have Sarah make you a cover.
Just edit it later.
It's gonna depend on how big it is, because it might
just in general, like when you're just quickly edit, throw in a cover, like.
Yeah, Ironside would be the legend.
No, you don't understand is that when
one of the many improvements.
When I put something in my editor and I render it, even if it's unedited, it comes out as a larger file.
But in this case, you're trying to cover personal information.
I shall see.
And he's probably
I will see what is shown.
And he'll delete it if it's
just a lot of Rule 34. Don't worry about it.
Yep, horses.
But yeah, focus back on the video.
Okay.
It's over the book.
Ratchet's up next!
I love it. I love it so much. Goodness, thank God there's no such thing as a civilian bug. Extremely convenient.
No, they're all citizens because they're in the army.
Bugs!
No, they're all citizen bugs because they're in the army.
There's no. Well, of course not. They're fucking inside. They don't have the concept of citizen or civilian. They're a hive mind.
No, they're citizens because they're in the army.
So he's been through some stuff.
Also, they literally talk about how bugs are vastly different than people in like a society at the very beginning.
I see, Max. You're a racist as well. I get you. Okay.
Yeah, no, but like the idea, it's like they literally talk about this. Was he not paying attention?
Well, remember how later on that you hear them talk about like, oh yeah, they're breeding themselves, to make better bugs to fight us. It's like, yeah, it sounds like very hive-mindy. It's pretty fucking like badass in a terrifying way.
Yeah.
Amazing. A week in the job and he's like a seasoned veteran cracking jokes. One of the most iconic shots in a film of iconic shots. And seamless slide from normal sci-fi violence.
A lot from
from memes and stuff.
Not even just memes, just fucking shots from the movie. That's usually what.
To just terrific night terror imagery. I've always worried.
Why did he not censor that though?
And it
the
does
guy's
later.
arm melting off.
Because it's not blood.
It's in a film of iconic shots.
Oh wait,
I guess because it actually is like
sci-fi
full
violence
CGI
to just
rather than even protecting.
Oh, but you're right. But that's still somebody's fucking bone coming off.
No, but I think in in a censorship kind of world, because it's not like actually like blood and gore melting off. It's not actually.
Well, no,
it doesn't get the rating up, which is weird. I don't agree with it. I just don't think that. I think it's weird how that.
And again, he's inconsistent anyway because.
Oh, totally, yeah.
Joker, the fucking Robert.
Well, no, it could also just be the fact, like how a lot of PG-13 movies do this. If it's not red, it's perfectly fine.
That's what I'm getting at. That's what I mean. Because it's not actually blood. It's like, no, it's whatever. It's even though it's fucked up.
Imagery. I've always worried that some of the poison lava might splash on Rico, and it does later, but again, for the first time, I noticed that the tanker has some sort of electrical charge on its head that must activate the acid. Seems to be. That splash is foul. I love it. Also, that's Tremor's blood, right? Graboids were from Glendathu!
You're it.
No.
What's it called when, I forgot, it's a specific term when making jokes where you connect one thing that connects to another thing, which then makes them it's like that joke where Ryan Gosling leaves Barbie Land, becomes a driver, he's immortal, so he's K from Blade Runner. There's a term for it.
I do not know what you're talking about, but to kind of go back to like the bug blood thing, it's like, well, first off, that's his blood, not like the acid stuff that he spits out. So I don't know why you would say that.
He's being stupid.
I think he's just doing the dumb thing where, because they're both orange, that means they're the same thing. When it's like, what? I'm pretty sure blood and strawberries are different, but okay, buddy.
Yeah.
Be better.
I need a squad leader.
Oh, no, I've been there. I blew it. I'm just here to fight.
Good for you, Ace. Bad for you, Rico, not immediately knowing that Diz is the best and most obvious choice.
But she wasn't offered the position, so...
Here's the beer! Here's the entertainment! Have fun! That's an order!
Wait, why don't we live in a fascist society? Translucent.
Why is that not like... You're fucking... he's so consistent with his iconic lines. That's one of the best lines in the movie. Have fun, that's an order.
Yeah, have fun, that's an order. Look, he's playing the violin. Yeah.
I'm just sitting here, face palming, because it's like, what makes the development of this really well is the fact they just went through some horrifying scenarios. Like, you fight hard and I give the best. Now,
I expect the best, so I give the best.
Exactly, yeah. Here's the bear. And
here's
yeah.
And have fun. That's an order.
Yeah. It's a
but
reward to keep morale up.
But obviously, it's very indicative of a fascist society to expect, to reward people for hard work. That's definitely,
Yeah, they don't just grind you into the fucking dust and get rid of you when you're not useful anymore.
Yeah. It's definitely fascist, yeah.
Yeah.
Some green violins?
Watch some fucking idiot's gonna be in the comment section explaining
and yet another
why
minus the bear
fascist.
trap.
Yeah, I know, but preemptively, you're wrong.
Wait. He just gave an iconic... He gave it... Okay. He didn't give the iconic thing to have fun, that's an order. But he gave it to something else?
I guess.
Have fun! That's an order!
Wait, why don't we live in a fascist society? Translucent green violins?
You kill bugs good.
And yet another...
That's
Of all the fucking
What?
lines in this movie to label as iconic, I would not think "You Kill Bugs Good" is one of them.
yeah.
No, have fun. That's an order. Like,
Yeah.
Who just joined?
Who just joined?
who
It
joined?
wasn't me.
Hey, Mike, get out of here. Kick him out. Kick him
Who?
out.
Okay. I just threw him in debate space. I don't. Who
It's my
was
little
that?
cousin, but we're doing this in the fucking main thing, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
Switch us all over to YARP, so they stop that.
What the hell?
Ah.
Switch us over to YARP because he's gonna fuck up Jake's channel. Switch it up.
Okay. You're gonna need direct.
No,
I am in YARP now.
There you go.
All right. Yeah,
It's cold in here.
So
it's
yeah.
Anyway, so going back to the movie,
Alright, guys, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna go now. Just come back work tomorrow, but it's been fun.
that's fair. Yeah, it's
All
been
right, that's
a
fair.
minute, so.
Have a good night. Oh yeah, just a preemptive. That guy that's gonna say that this is why it's fascism. You're wrong. And in Minecraft, do something unsavory to yourself, right?
Message your friend Max because he looks like he's just sitting there.
It's his fucking priority. Don't worry about it. He's distracting from the stream. Go.
Yeah.
Minus the bear track. Scar is gnarly.
I remember when you used to dance. Come on.
Do I have to pull rank?
Dang, I've been trying to hold back on Johnny, but the guy really exercises my cringe muscles.
Never pass up a good thing.
Really, I
Yeah,
think
that
Ratchek's
line
teaching
was
skills
horrible.
exist outside fascism because he's full of
Nope.
excellent advice. Wingman Ace. Also a nice little callback to their high school dance. Sexiest kiss in cinema? Yeah, sorry, it's really no contest. Yeah, I hear ya. Spider-Man, cruel intentions. No, one is between strangers and the other one has no build-up and is intended to tantalize. This is organic and feels like a real moment. Have we been talking about this too much already? Yes, I rest my case. I was only 11, but I
What?
knew that seeing that kiss would change me forever. And it did.
Report in 10 minutes.
Was
Yes, sir.
okay.
Also, I sexiest kiss.
It's okay.
It's fine.
I feel like I actually would give it to the Mary Jane and Spider-Man 1.
In number 1.
Yeah, where it's the upside down kiss. Like that's like one of the most iconic shots of the movie.
Yeah.
That also got parodied to death, even by other Spider-Man movies.
Mm-hmm. Spider-Man 3 parodied it.
Spider-Verse, like twice actually.
Who's that with you?
Florence, sir.
Make it 20 minutes.
If that's not democracy in action, I don't know what is. No coitus under fascism, remember that, kids. And I mean, I'm not totally joking. Johnny was so amped up on his new position, he had to effectively be ordered by Ratchek to hook up. And then again, needed permission from his authority figure to consummate. Dude is 90% of the way to an automaton.
He didn't need permission. It was more the fact that, like,
No, if fucking Rajak didn't fucking go, yo, fucker, go fuck that, he would probably would have fucked that night up.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with. I 100% agree with that.
No, I'm
statement.
talking more about the make it 20 minutes. Like, no, that was Ratchet basically like, yeah, have some fun.
Yeah, but he was already given permission by, hey, go around, go fuck
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Ah, new fear unlocked.
I'd expect anyone in this unit to do the same for me.
You know, I'll say it. You can cancel me if you have to. Oh, someone's definitely gonna play this clip out of context. War seems bad. The gore is so ridiculous and
yeah, no shit. Like, the movie's not saying war is good.
Yeah, I think it's a joke, Jake.
Okay. No,
extreme. Someone had so much fun designing Dead Body Carnage.
Now! OP there!
Why put overpowered Marines on watch? Who could say? Also, OP means observational post for those interested. I was, which is why I googled it. Brain bug shadowing, he gets carried on the little guys.
What was that point? He fucking, I hate how fucking fast he is, because, like, he doesn't let anybody sit on that point. What the fuck is he talking about? Why put overpowered Marines on watch? Who could say? What is that point?
Because he said OP, and OP means overpowered and observation post. He said he didn't know, so he.
He's just making it. He's just a nerd.
Shitty
OP.
joke.
Yeah, that's so awful. Okay.
Yeah.
Why put overpowered Marines on watch? Who could say? Also, OP means observational post for those interested. I was, which is why I Googled it. Brain bug shadowing, he gets carried on the little guys.
They sucked his brains out.
Also, brain suck shadowing.
They make you do things.
Yeah, but only if you open your mind.
We should just shoot.
What? Why did you ding that?
Because he's an
It's
idiot. He's
another
making
reference
jokes.
to Total Recall.
Oh, I've never seen Total Recall, so I don't know.
Same.
Seriously, this guy? This is the guy that saved all your lives? I love Ratchek Like a Father, and I love his necks that aren't so soft, but this dude just wants to kill everything and everyone.
Come on, you
Okay, but like, no.
It's just
The
iconic
guy's going
line after
fucking
iconic
crazy and he's
line.
gonna fuck up the morale of his fucking troops. It's
Yeah.
better to put a crazy figure down because you don't want them to fuck with your people.
Exactly.
And the
the
guy
same-
was so fucking far gone that like if like, he just fucking died, whatever.
Honestly, like at the same time, say he had survived. I don't know how command like it, and I'm so, not if he had survived. Sorry, I fucked the way I sentenced that.
Use your words.
I don't know. Never mind. It's just the idea that imagine
If he
that
would have
be
survived.
punished if he had shot. Like, I don't know.
Goodness, I've always
Oh, you
loved
were
that
going like
insert
a
of the
tangent
bolt
and
and the
tangent, never mind.
exaggerated clicking noise it makes. There's
many
something very
thoughts
overstimulating
collided.
about the excess of this movie that sometimes things don't affect you, but if you just think for a
Yeah,
second
like-
about how terrifying this would be.
What were you saying?
Yes, it would be terrifying.
Yeah, no, it's just the fucking once again like the plot armor of the bugs. It's like, oh, like so if we've established that it takes like fucking 6 Marines to kill one fucking dude. Yeah, these guys are fucked completely. Like not even like, oh, they're gonna get rescued. No, they're done.
Yeah.
They can't stop them.
It's like you see one decapitation and you think, wow, lucky shot, and then the second, oh no, that's the thing they do. Mace's laugh is so genuine. Whoopsie! Again, just the scariest
Yeah, it's
possible
weird
ending
how they're
imaginable.
just like, yeah, the general's dead.
Yeah, look how fast they're
Shifting
dying now.
the score.
Yeah.
Basil Pallador
Look how
pretty much
fast they're
owned
dying.
the 80s and 90s for this
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying.
Lesson learned. I didn't say it was a good lesson, but it's learned.
What do you mean? What do you mean it's not a good lesson? Putting people out of their misery from like a fucking brutal, horrendous
He's
death.
saying don't shoot your own men.
Yeah, it's really stupid.
But like the context is that
Regardless of context, that's what he's saying.
okay, well he's wrong.
And he also doesn't learn the lesson too, because like he's trying to hold on to Diz even though Diz is completely fucked.
Yeah.
Even though like you want to talk about like actions you shouldn't have fucking yanked that claw out of Dizzy's stomach because that was probably what was holding the last for blood.
Yeah.
Badass good girl. I hate it and I don't support it when removed. It says something that the coolest character in the film, Ratchek, died like 3 minutes ago, and we're not even thinking about him, but Dizzy's death sets a grimmer tone for the rest of the film. And you have to love that Verhoeven holds absolutely nothing back here. Even if love is beautiful, war is ugly, bloody teeth are gross. There will be no goodbye kiss for Diz unless Rico wants a mouthful of blood. It's a little thing, but Xander is covered in sweat because he was battling to get everyone on the boat, and Carmen is bone dry because she was sitting in the AC'd cockpit. These setups were probably days apart, and the continuity crew did their jobs.
Dizzy was
What?
What was that point?
The
Basically, hooray for continuity.
Oh, something he's not used to. Okay, that's fair. I guess if it
Yeah.
makes him freak out, that's fair.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because continuity for even movies that we love, sometimes the continuity gets fucked up. Like in Return of the Jedi, a fucking Akbar's ship gets destroyed by the Death Star, and like it's never acknowledged.
my friend. She was a soldier, but more than that, she was a citizen of the Federation.
Oof, posthumously friend-zoned. But like, more importantly, we're witnessing Rico's character arc completing. And it's just that the brainwashing has set in. She died for basically nothing. It was mostly a fluke during...
We want to
Well,
let
hang on.
his point
Hang on.
just go through.
She died for basically nothing. It was mostly a fluke during a mission that was used live bait to spring a mousetrap. The same person being enraged. Yeah,
But
that's fair.
Yeah, that's sure, but he's also mourning, and the whole like she died as a citizen, like citizens in this society, like that status is held up to a high regard. She joined the military to become a citizen just like him.
Also, he is upset
Yeah,
because
very,
it's like
very.
you're not happy. Well, too bad.
Yeah, and that's what his friend has to like snap him out because like, yeah, I have to do this shit all day.
A mission
Yeah.
that was to use live bait to spring a mousetrap. A sane person would be enraged. A fascist would say, well, he literally says it himself a few minutes later.
It sent hundreds of people like you to their deaths.
Didn't they tell you, Colonel? That's what the mobile infantry's good for. Somebody asked.
He's bitter when he says that.
Yeah, he's literally saying it sarcastically because like seconds ago, when they were being in the dropship, he was going, "Oh, the ship." What does he say?
Mobile infantry does the flying. The dying fleet does the flying.
Yeah, fleet does the flying, infantry does the dying. That's literally what he says earlier. He says it very bitterly, but that line out of context, yeah, it would make him sound like he's just like in like line, but you could clearly tell that he's not.
Yeah, he Jesus Christ.
He big mad.
Very mad.
Asked me if I knew the difference between a citizen and a civilian. A citizen has the courage to make the safety of the human race their personal responsibility.
I'm just gonna pause for copyright.
Which, I mean, like, that is true, because, like, you can just be a civilian and live the rest of your life relatively peacefully, but to be a citizen, you need to join the military, and joining the military has various other things like going to war, so that's a true statement.
And I mean, Zark. Ratchak asks if Rico believed in the beginning, and he fully does now. No human cost too great for victory and the destruction of the bugs. The Nazis are here. And one of the worst takes about Carl's obvious Gestapo uniform was that Paul Verhoeven must be pro-Nazi instead of, you know, thinking about the movie for 5 seconds.
You don't approve.
What do you mean pro-Nazi? What do you mean by that? Is it no wins?
He even said, like, so to rewind what he said.
The Nazis are here. And one of the worst takes about Carl.
He says one of the worst takes about, like, so meaning that this isn't his own, that he's heard.
Oh, okay.
Obvious Gestapo uniform was that Paul Verhoeven must be pro-Nazi instead of, you know, thinking about the movie for 5 seconds.
You don't approve.
Yeah, because
well,
Paul
too bad.
Verhoeven
We're
never
in
read
this
the
for
book.
the species, boys and girls. It's simple numbers. They have more. And every day I have to make decisions that send hundreds of people like you to their deaths.
And Carl still sucks. He's acting like he's seen some stuff, but Dizzy literally died in Rico's arms. He's seen 90% of his original squad
Yeah,
confettied.
one thing is not the same.
Yeah, he literally has to send people to die.
Rico had one person die on him. Fucking Carl has to order hundreds.
Yeah, and like the way he says it, it's like I have to do this every day, and like the way he says it is I don't want to.
I don't want to do this, but I have to do this. We are fucking losing. It's what he says. We are losing.
Yeah,
they outnumber us.
Yeah, that's
Like,
why he
it's-
said, like, we're in this for the species, boys and girls. It's your numbers, and they have more.
Yeah.
In front of him, and even Carmen risked her own life to fly into the swarmed base. But yes, lecture these two. Real firing you is harder on me than it is on you energy. And it's
Literally
not just...
It's not, though.
Wait, and it's not just the uniform? Okay, yeah, Carl starts out as Let Her Good. Yeah, that's called an arc. Granted, I wish Carl was in the movie more. I feel like we're robbed by Carl not being in the movie more. But that is an arc. Everyone goes on an arc. They're different people.
Hearted goof. Over the course of the war, he's become a fascist, but it's not hammy or silly. You can see it on his face.
It's
and
not
in
a
his eyes,
fascist.
hear it in
He's
his
just
voice.
hardened by
Sending
war. You fucking dumbass.
Sending
Look at the
kids to their
circles
deaths
under his
takes a-
eyes. Look at how much sleep that must have like cost him.
Yeah, like
He's like vastly different. I wish they did something with his voice because he does sound like a little weenie. But the
that's just his age, unfortunately.
That's just his age, unfortunately. But the idea is that like he's seen this shit. He's gone through a lot of shit.
Like, by the way, like this is what a lot of military commanders in non-fascist societies have to do.
Yeah, it's called war, you fucking dumbass.
Exactly. You send people to their deaths because these people volunteer their lives to do so, and it fucking haunts you, but it has to be done.
Yeah, in some alternate in some fucking alternate universe, there's the possibility that like SEAL Team 6 completely failed to kill Bin Laden, but it was there that's the decision that, like a hypothetical that the commanding officers would have had to have thought of. Because that's what happens when you launch military operations. People are going to die.
Yeah.
Kids to their deaths takes a toll on humans, or at least it should.
Who are all these kids?
Most of them are fresh out of boots.
Speaking of kids, quick poll. When the military starts drafting children, is that a
Dude,
good
they
sign?
look okay. Hold up.
Or-
Some of these people are actually kids. They're just standing on fucking stools.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, they just fuck off. Like that's like
it's the It's to prove a point, and it's like, yeah, the younger generation, when it's like, I think these might actually be
These aren't
children.
just children. Like,
Yeah,
especially-
because
especially
like,
her and like the first kid. They look
like,
they
don't
look
you
like
need to
kids standing on stools.
Don't you need to finish like your entire schooling before you can join the military?
Yeah, I know. I'm saying the movies look stupid
Yeah.
because it makes them look like actual children.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
get like teenagers, like they're at least 17 or 18.
And we honestly don't even get anything of these kids too, so it's a fucking really dumb payoff.
Yeah.
Like, is this
Like the idea of him doing something cool for the kids, but like literally in a couple minutes later, he's gonna abandon his fucking mission.
like they're
Yeah.
Especially, no, yeah, that he's like, oh, Carmen's dead. Wait a second, Carmen might be this way.
Yeah, he sounds fucking. We know why, but he sounds fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That's
And
why
not for
Ace even
nothing,
says words is she's dead because he's saying it to him because he said it.
But the propaganda that opens the movie is a joke about this kid being a soldier. And now...
Everyone fights. No one quits. Don't do your job, I'll kill you myself.
Brainwashing. That kid is 10, just like
But
me when I
that's
saw this
not-
movie.
That one.
Yeah.
That is a child.
Yeah, they're
Baby.
they did not get that across that these are just like people fresh out of high school. No.
These are fucking
No, yeah.
elementary students. But no, I don't know if that's brainwashing.
It's not brainwashing. It's
It's not
he's
brainwashing.
taken command and he's learned the lessons that he has, and he's just become the younger version of Ratchet.
Yeah,
And
because like,
unfortunately, Rico doesn't have the same cadence that Michael Ironside had.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
He sounds like such a baby saying it after fucking Ratchet.
I'll shoot you myself.
I know you by that.
But like
Everybody fights. Nobody quits.
but Max, you said this earlier. It's like, well, if you don't do your job in this kind of like hyper immense the state of war, you're gonna fuck up the morale of your entire.
You're gonna die.
Yeah,
like,
we're all
this
gonna
is
die.
horrible.
So it's like, I'm sorry, you gotta,
gotta
go.
go.
You don't belong here.
Yes, like it's the idea of like if you're not gonna fight, you're literally in the way.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to die because you fucked up.
Exactly.
So it's better that you die.
Time.
I'm not saying that's how I
Aw,
feel. I'm
friendship?
just saying that
I
is
honestly
like the
love that no matter
cold
how
logic of
advanced or
war.
militaristic we
Yeah.
get, when humans are in space, they don't believe in seatbelts. You just don't need them. The irony is that that's actually true. If you've got artificial gravity on your ship, no bump, big or small, should move you at all. Inertial dampeners and whatnot. But they just ignore that part. The floating bodies?
Well, I mean, they
Brutal
weren't in
and-
seatbelts, you fucking idiot. They were all trying to evacuate.
Yeah. Like, why do people like cinema wins again?
Well, no. What I honestly think is really weird. I don't know if they'll show the entire crash, and when bug plasma goes clean through their ship. I'm pretty sure it shows the people in the cafeteria. It's like they're in the middle of a battlefield. What are people doing in the chow hall?
Yeah,
The room should be empty.
it should be. Yeah.
Next.
Aw, friendship. Honestly love that no matter how advanced or militaristic we get, when humans are in space, they don't believe in seatbelts. You just don't need them. The irony is that that's actually true. If you've got artificial gravity on your ship, no bump, big or small, should move you at all. Inertial dampeners and whatnot. But they just ignore that part.
Why
Also,
is
that's
that a
just not
win?
That's also just not the case when so even if you've got artificial gravity, like physics are still a thing. Like, so if suddenly something bumps into your ship, you'd suddenly feel as if the floor is moving underneath you. 'Cause it is.
The floating bodies? Brutal and awesome. Brutawesome.
Why did you win your fun
Terrible.
fact about gravity in space?
Similar to my love of Zegama Beach, I love how Xander says she's dead. It's like he and Carmen were in an argument about it. It's very, her sister was a witch, the Wicked Witch of the East, bro. Chekhov's cast nice.
Sorry. that was a fun reference.
I don't know what
that a reference to.
You never saw that video?
You refresh my
Oh
memory.
my god. Okay, it's the two guys arguing, and one guy goes, hold on. Who was her
Oh,
sister, bro? The Wicked
that
Witch of
one.
the
Of the Wicked Witch of the East, yeah.
I love that video so much.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, the Vine. Yeah, that took a minute.
Yes, good girl. Carmen actually probably gets the widest variety of badassery. Ooh, that's brutal. Why did it have to be the femoral again? I mean, that's probably clear through the femur. Carmen's really got a thing for guys who get stabbed in the femur.
Come with me! Cancel that! You know as well as I do she's already dead.
That's called growth, folks. Teenage Rico would have gone in and gotten everyone killed. Fascist growth, obviously. There was no Carmen, there was only state. Going up.
Nope. Skip. We've done this like 600 times.
He's doing it 600 times. He's just using it at this point.
That's a serious offense.
Yeah, I think they hang you for that.
He's had worse. Ah, yes, the brain bug.
God, I hate this fuck. I have to skip this part of the whole movie. I hate this fucking thing. It looks so horrible. I'm glad it died.
I know. Yeah, it doesn't die though.
No, the part where he starts stabbing it in the fucking head and they censor it. Yeah, it totally dies later.
No, in Starship Troopers 3, it's the original brain bug that is
whatever. Those are non-canon. He just stabs that bitch in the head.
Only Roughneck Starship Trooper Chronicles is canon.
No, that's the thing.
Full watch
Unfortunately,
through win.
canon rule.
After this, let's just watch a single episode and see how it is.
Maybe.
Maybe. I want to get back to Helldivers.
Dude, me too. I got a little bit of time. I have to run to my mom's.
Or as it is scientifically known, brain bugine. Sorry, but it could have been so much worse, trust me. Seriously though, the creature design is so spectacularly disgusting and
this thing's horrible.
Goopy.
One day, someone like me is gonna kill you and your whole race.
The F-bomb, now you know they're serious. And I gotta give Xander some credit, that's some straight up courage.
Yeah.
The hollow face, I don't think I can even show it, but
yeah,
you know it's a win.
Horrible.
Ouch, and gross. Man, I've been talking so much about fascism, I haven't even mentioned how awesome the arachnids actually are.
Because
Look
you
at
don't
all
know
the
what
different
fascism
body parts
is, you
flailing
fucking
around. They're
dumbass.
designed with the stripes, and like every surface somehow comes to a point. They themselves are iconic. And those points, they cut every time. Self-sacrifice. Now that I've seen a few wide shots like this, I'm noticing how similar the swarming of the humans is to the swarming of the bugs. Well played, Paul.
No.
It's afraid. It's afraid!
You have to love it. Fear, the ultimate goal.
It was you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You told.
Yeah, because now they know the bugs can feel fear, and now that they can feel fear, they can use that to help win the war. Because the presupposition that's implied is that they are the perfect killing machines, uncaring and unfeeling. And when they realize that there is a bug, at least one that can feel fear, potentially they all could, and they can use that.
Yeah, and you could say something about how it's really dark because the bugs have feelings, but once again, the bugs, if they do have feelings, are like remorsefully killing them all.
Yeah, they're like the bugs and humans are incompatible. They cannot exist with each other.
Now, if the bugs try to open with dialogue, then yeah, maybe. But no, like we accidentally settled on a fucking planet and the bugs killed all the fucking Mormons. Like no,
exactly.
You don't negotiate with that. There's nothing there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like if the bugs came up and said, "Hey, Mormons, could you like maybe not settle here?" Then yeah, that would be a different fucking movie. But that's not this movie.
Yeah.
Told me how to find Carmen.
Well, that's classified.
Yet came a lot quicker than expected.
I sure hope you don't do anything like that to me.
Can't do human. Yet.
Okay, I guess
that was a fun edit.
Yeah.
And like yeah, but like it's not that soon though. This has been like a year, hasn't it?
Yeah, 1 year.
Was a drill instructor named Zim.
You're all gonna sometimes the curtains are just blew me over this, but to me, this is another perfect illustration of fascism. A main component of fascism is the hero, and Rico has been ours all movie. At times, he was the hero for everyone, and technically probably has more to do with capturing the brain than Zim, but fascism needs a hero to rally behind, and it doesn't really matter who it is. Just someone who gets the job done. It not being our hero shines a light on how silly it feels, since we didn't see Zim do anything heroic.
Okay, so
job,
stop.
Sergeant. Oh, okay,
so stop. So one, we saw Zim do something heroic because the first thing we see him do is actually tear up fucking Rico's papers. We know that he's a man of character and true values.
He wants to go into battle.
And there was like another thing too when he fights Diz, that he's like kind of appreciative of like how she has balls enough to fight him. There's a lot of character that could show them to be a hero. The main point I want to get to is that fascism is not the only fucking thing that has heroes.
Yeah, if anything, that's pure patriotism.
Yes, and it's the fact that Rico is not the hero of the story is also not a fucking fascist thing. That's called a bait and switch.
Yeah.
You expected Rico to be the guy to do it, but no, it was fucking Zim all along.
Yeah, but of course, more importantly, you even go back to that one
fascist.
scene. Zim is like, he wants to fight. He wants to get out there. He wants to help. And then he's like, well, you got to bump yourself down to private. So he
He gets demoted to
Yeah.
fucking go to the fight.
to go to the fight to help humanity. That is heroic. He doesn't have to do it, but he decided to do it anay.
Something
So
called setup and payoff.
and like the idea is like every type of government will have its own heroes. One of the first heroes of like the American Revolution, our first president, George Washington, the guy who sailed across the Delaware on icy fucking water, and like that doesn't make this fucking fascist because he was a hero.
But he's a fascist, so suck it.
Well, how about that one dude? I can't remember his name, but the quote, the only regret I have is that I only have one life to give my country.
Oh yeah, I know.
I don't remember that side of that.
Yeah, it's a guy who he had a Medal of Honor.
Yeah, like there's so since civilization started, there have been the talks of heroes.
Yeah, we idolize. We as like that's just civilization. We idolize heroes and monsters.
Yeah, like
sometimes they're the same goddamn person. Napoleon, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Like
one could argue Alexander the Great.
Yeah, definitely Alexander the Great.
You don't conquer that much without doing a lot of bad shit. Genghis Khan.
Yeah, Genghis Khan, definitely. He's considered a villain by wide associates, but from a Mongolian perspective, he was the most base motherfucker on the planet.
Yeah,
exactly.
So that doesn't have to be fascistic. That's just what humans do.
I mean, like communists have that stuff, like fucking Stalin and Mao and the Kim Jong Un. You know, the heroes. It's like they're not fascist.
One would even argue amongst the communist society, the proletariat is the working man that gives to the people.
Yeah,
that's a hero.
And then the Germans had this one guy who was an wait, hang on, not that one.
Yeah. Hey, wait a second.
Wait, shit.
Yeah,
that's actual fascism because I have a brain.
I mean, are we gonna say that Finland was fascist because they had Simo Hawa as their hero?
So wait, if you have a brain, can I touch it and go, he's scared?
Well, I think I'd be more weirded out because imagine you just put your whole hand just like not on any
your
particular
brain,
part of face, just on my face. Just he's afraid. I'm like more annoyed.
Of course I'm afraid. You're touching me.
That's Jake. It's like a light breeze. Ah, he's afraid.
Of course I'm afraid. A woman is hitting on me. I've been trapped in the infinite Tsukuyomi.
Sir, let me private, sir.
Carry on, Private.
Yes, sir!
But good guy Zim, I mean, at least in the context of a hero-worshipping, bug-oppressing state, I kid, the bugs are also the bad guys. There just aren't really any good guys. And I always loved this,
but
which,
no,
again,
the Federation are the good
what's
guys.
more heroic than taking a rank degradation so you can fight with the...
Yeah, like, the bugs are the ones that slaughtered people unnecessarily. They're the ones that sent the meteor to the fucking planet. Yeah. Like, and wiped out a bunch...
You could make an argument that the Mormon extremists were the ones who technically first struck because they colonized, but no, the bugs are the ones who actually did it if you have a brain.
Yeah, like, they just went there to, like, establish a settlement. I don't think they were going around, like, slaughtering bugs or whatever.
Yeah, unless there's a prequel comic where, like, the Mormons like, man, I love killing bugs.
Well,
no.
Jake, you invent prequel stuff or just Guyver.
Is
there such a comic?
Unfortunately, I do not see the Eye of Terror with Starship Troopers now.
Anyway, this guy's dumb.
We're almost there.
His video sucks.
Okay, sorry.
People you trained. Ew.
Wait, why is it quiet? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you. Stop fucking with the fucking tabs.
Oh shit! Hold on.
I'm gonna fucking kick you in the goddamn nuts to make sure you can actually do a fucking full recording without any issues. Use your phone like an adult.
Did you click on something? Like, what happened?
What happened? He's gone. You can't hear us.
Oh, I'm sorry. One of my earbuds decided just died. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
for the new setup, he's operating on different headphones because for tech reasons that I won't get involved here. But you do need to get some headphones. Get some cheap Turtle Beaches with a dongle.
That's the USB, right?
Yeah, it plugs into your computer.
Okay.
Anything that separates your specific headset from the main computer volume. That's how you can keep everything separate. But either way, he's like, oh yeah, I kid, the bugs are also the bad guys.
Yeah, of course they are. But there aren't really any good guys, but there are, but okay. Yeah, let's continue.
Really any good guys. And I always loved this, which again is the point. What's more heroic than taking a rank degradation so you can fight with the people you trained? Ew, flip 6 right in the brain bug 3 hole. Thanks for censoring that.
We have the ships. We have the weapons.
The ships could literally be CGI, even in the context of the universe. This is the closing of Triumph of the Will. There can be no dissent.
That's what I was saying
Get your
earlier.
gorgeous blondes front and center. Show them with the best of the best and excited to die for their nation. Go.
Come on, you apes! You wanna live forever!
He really likes Ratchek. So much that he no longer has any of his own words left. Exciting words and character growth. Dark underbelly.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. He's saying the words of a man that he took inspiration from, and it's a good thing to say rally
it's
people.
Also a really fucking great line. Why is that not iconic, you fucking piece of shit?
Which, by the way, isn't even from like the "Come on, you apes, you want to live forever" is from Conan the fucking Barbarian.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Is that why it wasn't iconic?
Yes.
Even though everybody knows it from this movie.
Yeah.
Like I'm pulling it up. Hit play.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with the power of positive thinking. At least at 9, that was my takeaway. But do you get it? They won't. Remember my poll about the kids? Yeah, humanity is cooked, but the propaganda machine has to keep recruiting meat for the war grinder. Bleak, Paul.
No, it's not.
What? That's
the
not.
The movie ends on a fucking high note.
They
the movie
literally
ends
captured
with
the
like
brain bug.
we've been losing this entire fucking time. Now we have a brain bug. Now we actually can learn shit about them, and we're gonna do it. It ends on a high note.
Yeah, with
Granted,
humanity having a fighting chance.
I agree with his thing on the propaganda, but the movie shows us differently than the conclusion. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, the propaganda's doing this, but they did win though.
Yeah, they did win.
Okay, yeah, I completely fucked myself. No, it's not from Conan. It's from it's a play off of.
It's from Starship Troopers. Yeah.
No, it's a play off of a famous World War One quote from Daniel Daly. That's "Come on, you sons of bitches, you want to live forever."
Yeah, but Cinnamon Winds has some of the worst media literacy I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, it's weird because it feels like Spider-Verse was like
a broken, as he said, a fascist clock can be right twice a day. So fucking
yeah.
Or sorry, a fascist cog can be right twice a day, which doesn't even make sense, but whatever.
Yeah. I think he said work, but whatever.
Yeah.
Troopers is a fascinating film, panned and misunderstood when it came out, but it's gained a massive cult following and appreciation for what it is over the years. And what it is a film about fascism. Director Paul Verhoeven and writer Edward Neumeier have both said so multiple times. It's
well, then they don't know what fascism is.
Death of the author.
Yeah.
It's not up for debate. Everything is up for debate. It's literally the entirety of why
it was their intent is completely ruined by Death of the Author.
Yeah, exactly. But more specifically, I said this a couple times. Paul Verhoeven never read the original book. One of the writers did, and in the original book, it was not satire at all.
Also, I've always hated that phrase. Yeah, it's not up for debate. When wasn't it Socrates or Aristotle? The whole idea is question everything. Even if it's an undisputed fact, always ask why.
God,
exactly.
I wanted to move on from this point. Fuck, but what you just said there. And he executed with the precision of Ratchek, putting a trooper out of his misery. Yeah, the trooper that was half a mile up in the fucking goddamn mountains and being ripped apart. Sure.
Yeah, you did him to like be like to either have the sweet release of death in an instant or be tortured.
Yeah, what's the alternative, you fucking idiot? They're gonna
He's
run up
showing
there and save him in
mercy.
time.
He's showing
They're gonna run up. They're gonna run up and save him in time from the fucking bug that can fly.
And again, the second he does it, he says, "I'd expect the same to be done for me."
I don't.
Yeah, it's stupid. He's stupid. He's stupid.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any critical thinking whatsoever, and he's a very successful channel. Great for him.
Yeah.
Up for debate. It was their intent, and they executed it with the precision of Ratchak putting a trooper out of his misery. And look, I'm using the Twitter drama as an excuse because we have loved this movie forever. And the idea that it's a bad fascism parody is bad. It's a bad take, and it's most likely just engagement bait, but consider me baited. And
but no, they're right. It's bad. It's a bad parody of fascism.
Yeah.
It's a good parody of hyper-militaristic society.
I just realized, holy shit! So remember that point I was supposed to go on later if he fucking mentioned it? He didn't. The Sky Marshal that fucked up with Clendathu's invasion got kicked out of his position.
He resigned.
Yeah, They don't do that in a fascist society. They fucking shoot him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But why if they shot him like off screen later? Yeah.
Whatever.
Also, they promoted a black woman to do the fucking thing too.
Yeah, when fascist societies normally are like they practice fucking eugenics or an ethno state.
She's a short black
really
woman
weird.
Too. Like, you know what I mean? Like she's a short, fat black woman. Don't get me wrong, she's probably a great fucking general, but like if your whole point is this is fascism, like that's kind of the point against you, isn't it?
It depends on what kind of fascism. And people would even argue Nazism isn't even fascism, but that's a whole fucking debate.
That's a whole other discussion we're not going to get into.
Yeah.
as someone who is against fascism, even anti that word, you might wonder why I enjoyed this film so much. Well, for one, the intent was never to make fascism seem cool, and they don't. There are plenty of things about the Federation that are attractive or
I don't know if this is your determination of fascism. These guys are pretty cool.
They portray them as immensely human and like
You
that's what I'm saying. Like, here's the thing. Like, good faith. It's like, oh yeah, these guys are fascists. Yeah, but these guys are sick. So fascism, cool.
So in this case, you want to know, like, as Max has been getting into it, you know who's actually a real fascist like state? The Imperium.
The Tyranids.
Are they though?
They're not. Let's not get into a tangent of something else. The
point is like I'd much rather deal with the Federation than the fucking Imperium.
I agree, but the Imperium is more like a weird galaxy-spanning feudalistic society than really.
That's also like horribly xenophobic and racist, but we're not going to get into that.
Which is justified.
And has the an Inquisition that has their main phrase, innocence proves nothing.
Yeah, the unlimited power and all that shit. We're not going to get into this. It's stupid.
Yeah. But
like I love 40K. It's pretty fucking stupid. But we're talking about this movie and how wrong this motherfucker is about the general zeitgeist around the movie.
Oh yeah,
right. The point I was making was if you want to it's easier to make an argument towards fascism with 40K than it would be Starship Troopers. That's the point I was trying to make.
Yeah, I would argue they'd still be wrong, but you know,
like let's say that doesn't change the fact that this is just wrong.
Yeah, this is wrong right here.
Fine, it's clean, their justice system is swift, the veteran benefits seem okay, but lots of it seems bad.
They're immensely fantastic. They treat their veterans better than we treat ours. When our veterans are done serving, they're just on the fucking straight to rot with a bunch of mental issues.
Yeah, this whole thing is a fucking win, by the way.
Not to mention, I don't think he wins the final the final paragraph.
We'll see.
No, he's done it before in his analysis. He's winned it.
Seems real bad. The veterans control the government. They celebrate a swift justice system that arrested and executed a man in the same day, and I can only assume littering is met with administrative punishment. I tried to point out as much of it as I could in the main part of the video, so I won't go over it again. But more to the point, I can enjoy the heck out of this movie because of the intent behind it. This isn't a film encouraging anyone to be fascist, any more than Breaking Bad is a show encouraging people to cook meth. And yeah, I'm using that example because just like Breaking Bad, people have definitely gotten the wrong message from this film because combat evolved assault rifles are cool. Blue
Yeah, people have believed that this is a fascist society. So
Death is but Heisenberg's goatee is cool, and I think it's held on so long because people keep missing the point. They're literally arguing about a movie from 1997 on Twitter right now, but it also
why is that bad?
Well, he's saying it's not. Well, he's saying it's not.
Okay. All right. Okay. This is the way he structures his fucking sentences.
This way he said it's structured, it's fucking terrible, and like this rant is fucking going on way longer than it should.
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt that this movie rules. It's bright, fast, and the effects are absolutely killer. The boot camp scenes are classic, the battle scenes are adrenaline pumping and horrendously gross at times. And the story keeps you interested, as does the drama between the beautiful characters. Yeah, everyone is gorgeous, which it turns out...
He made like multiple points, but he only wins it once. It's stupid.
Yeah.
But once again, he's very inconsistent with his wins.
Very.
By Verhoeven to pick people based on their visual aesthetic. No joke, Mark Funky Bunch Wahlberg and Matt Damon were both up for the role of Johnny Rico, but Verhoeven thought Casper Van Diem looked the part more than either of them. And I am stoked he did, because Rico is an iconic little bootlicker. He's the opposite of the every...
That's a win.
Fuck off. Okay, I know.
He tried
basically
to quit.
fails upward and...
Whatever.
Yeah.
Into every position of power by just barely not dying. I talked about how Diz was the perfect soldier and
No,
leader,
he
and part of
didn't.
that comes from
He
her...
was really badass.
Yeah.
He soloed a fucking tanker. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Remember that thing that was wiping out his whole fucking platoon? Yeah, he did that by himself. Pretty
Yeah,
nice.
he used his old football skills.
Yeah.
Where'd you learn from that? School.
Yeah, he demonstrated he has amazing ability in combat. And he demonstrates he has amazing leadership abilities as well.
And most of all, he was humble about it because he admitted that other people fucking got him to that spot.
Yeah.
And if a move that he makes prevents the lives of his men, he'll do it.
Exactly.
Athleticism, but it speaks to the power of the Federation's pull that someone with a bright future ahead, not a spiky mandible in sight, can get sucked into the war to die for her country. And Rico's wealthy parents are proof that there are other avenues. I mean, they can't vote, but what has voting ever done for anyone anyway? But then we have Carmen and Carl. One comes from a family of veterans, you know, the good guys who overthrew the government. And the other was plucked for his intelligence and turned into an actual Nazi.
No, he wasn't.
Fuck
he wasn't turned
off.
He was turned into an actual Nazi. He was turned into a leader. Move on.
Yeah, he was basically turned into an agent.
Yeah.
No, he's turned into a
research
leader.
and
He's not even an
development.
agent. He's a fucking leader of men. He orders people to do shit. Shit that he doesn't like.
Right.
Building rockets and
sorry, the thing I was more talking about was the with him picking games in theory, and because of his psychic abilities, it almost seems like some of the top brass or
He didn't pick games in theory.
he was. Oh, that's right. He was given games in theory.
Yeah, because remember he wanted something else, and he was given games in theory because of how good he was. Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
One comes from a family of veterans, you know, the good guys who overthrew the government. And the other was plucked for his intelligence and turned into an actual Nazi. He wanted R&D, research and development, building rockets and ships maybe. Instead they were like, nah, you're never gonna sleep again, kiddo. Everyone plays their part as cogs in the war machine. And look, I don't want to get all Buenos Aires true.
But why does he say like it's a bad thing?
Yeah.
If you're better at something, and we need you to be better at something, then get in the thing.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing. That's just good compartmentalization. That's literally what the fucking military's supposed to do. That's why there's Marines, Navy, Army, and fucking like,
also,
all that shit.
yeah.
It's gonna go Buena
in bad faith. I fucking knew it. How many of these things did I fucking call, Jake, when we were just casually watching?
How did the bug throw that asteroid? So, yeah, let's see.
They're on you, but how did the bugs actually throw that asteroid? And so accurate from across the galaxy? And if it was in response to the Mormon settlers, how did it get to Earth in less than a couple million years? They strap FTL drives to those things? I'm not saying anything here, but someone might want to check the serial numbers on those bug asteroids. I'm just saying.
Well, first off, they wouldn't need a reason. Like the reason they would have needed, the only one they would have needed was humans were slaughtered on Clendathu.
Yeah. Yeah, the Mormons. That's the fucking
even though they
again,
were
and that's why I said that the second asteroid is probably fake. because like they're just trying to fuel people up to go to war.
And also, with how, like, if this was truly a fascistic state and all that kind of stuff, do you think they need a fucking reason to go fight the bugs? No,
because they're
they
not.
just do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and again, and you know, like that. I understand, like, well, how did the bugs fire the meteor and whatnot? Like, that's a good question. How did they?
That's just a like movie doesn't understand space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also, like, how did they? And it's like it's not a stop. If they're actually supposed to do it, and like that's why I think it's ambiguous, because like the propaganda says the fucking aliens bugs did it, but like there's nothing in the movie to indicate that they actually can, besides the propaganda.
Yeah, but like the thing is, I don't think that the Federation sent it there. I think it was just simply a case of they might have thought that happened because it came from that system.
Mm-hmm.
Because
which is
they
stupid,
don't.
but
yeah,
like, which
really
is stupid. But
yeah, because even though a lot of space is empty, there's no fucking way it'd make
there's
it
no fucking
that
way,
far.
especially when you see where it is. It's on the other side of the galactic eye. God damn, that is so fucking far. Sorry.
I think
that is so far. That is so
It would
far.
never
and
reach
that's-
Earth.
And
It would
there's
literally
no
never reach
way,
Earth.
impossible,
Space
that a
expands
straight
too
line
fast.
can make it.
Space
Isn't
expands
that
too
tens
fast.
of millions of light years?
Not even. Like, that's way too. That's way too little. And also, is in the implication it's a straight line, Wyatt. So Wyatt, what's the galactic core made out of?
A lot of
Black holes. It's a shitload of black holes and supernovas. It is physically impossible for anything to go through that.
Yeah,
not even light.
Well, the thing is, not to mention space. Space is constantly expanding faster than light, so
And
it would
also,
never reach Earth.
And also, what else is space doing? Moving.
Exactly.
Yeah,
expanding.
And you know what's even moving along with all that? Gravity. Like
yes, gravity, the push and pull of literally every fucking planetary body. Like, go to that fucking galactic map where it shows us, Clandathio. There is literally trillions of things that can influence the fucking asteroid.
Yeah,
it is actually impossible for that
stars,
to happen.
planetoids, fucking
The only
other
way that could happen,
asteroids.
the only way, just fucking dark space, just in general. The only way that could happen is if it literally went through the warp and poured it out right next to Earth. That's the only fucking possible way to do that.
But
yeah,
that's just the movie not understanding space.
Yes,
Yeah.
but that's a flaw with the movie.
Yes, no, I'm not.
That is a flaw with the movie. Definitely,
that's a flaw with the movie. But people choosing to be like, oh, but did it really? Is it more, or did the humans set that up? When it's like,
why? Why would they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they already have a
How
reason.
would they?
Humans were killed. Humans were murdered on Clandathu for just for being there. That's reason enough.
Yeah.
Is this the flag of peace lovers, or is that false? You didn't hear it from me. My point is that there's so much we deliberately aren't told, and it's really easy to start poking holes in the things the propaganda is telling us. Even if we take the asteroid attack at face value, a genocidal ground invasion still makes no sense.
It does.
What do you mean? They
So-
fucking wiped out an entire city.
A
Thousands
city.
of.
It wiped out a whole fucking country, basically.
Well, whatever. You know what I mean. Millions of people are fucking dead.
Gone. Yeah.
Gone. Of course, it's justified.
And, they're
and
vix-
also
they're-
keep this in
they're
track.
literal monsters too.
Yeah,
You wanna-
they can throw
and-
asteroids at us. What else could they do?
They could literally
Also-
fart out lasers that could travel out of orbit to hit our fucking ships.
Also, again,
They also have the wherewithal to know that the ships. Okay, sorry, let's stop.
Also, you want to talk about just like the progression
Sci-fi
of human
stupid.
history and all that kind of stuff. We as humans have not needed that great reasons. Like, it was like
course not.
we destroyed 4 boats. They dropped the sun on us twice.
Yeah.
Britain tried to raise our taxes, so we said nah.
So we threw tea barrels.
So we
at their
became
head.
a country.
Yeah, so we could tax our
And
own
then-
people unfairly.
and then we
Wait,
telepathically threw asteroids at Britain. Anyway,
yeah.
Again, like humans.
telekinetically. Sorry.
Not to like be like, oh, humans were like awful and warmongering. It's like at the end of the day, if we want to fight something, we'll figure it out as well.
Gonna
Yeah,
fucking do it.
exactly.
Especially when the entire war effort is portrayed as defensive and the humans are in arachnid space. With the orbital defense grid, there should be no more fear of the bugs. They don't have spaceships. There's a reason the Federation is attacking, and it's not about protection, it's expansion.
Hey, the bugs don't have spaceships. They're fighting them on multiple planets. Moving on.
Yeah.
Zekima Beach isn't fucking there anymore, apparently.
Planet K, Planet P. Boom. Done.
Yeah.
Moving on.
It's up there, but if you just connect a few dots, there are myriad reasons things happen the way they do, and by and large, it's not whatever Rico or possibly even Carl think. But I'd never blame Zim or Ratchek. That type of stuff is way above their pay grade. Maybe Hank. But it's probably clear by now that I think Clancy Brown and Michael Ironside are the highlights of the film. Zim and Ratchek feel iconic from the moment they...
They're the best characters in the movie.
They are, yeah.
Like, it's not even close.
Step in front of the camera, like General Kale and Willow or Kruger and Elysium, smaller parts that entirely shape the film. Everything great about Willow and everything great about Elysium available now on YouTube and Nebula right now. I also just want to make it crystal
Can't hate it.
Yeah.
Clear that just because
For
I come
a
down hard on the
service that is
humans,
utterly
that
useless, absolutely yes, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
It's like it's for uncensored. It's for uncensored videos. Then you why don't you just upload to Pornhub? What do you mean?
Hell yeah.
Well, not even that. It's more just like
well, because Pornhub has copyright strikes.
Do you want to watch this video slightly uncensored? Then watch on Nebula with a service that costs $50 a year to just watch YouTube videos. It's pointless.
No, I'll just watch the censored version. If I want to see the boobies, I'd watch.
Yeah,
the
I didn't say he was marketing a good product. I'm just saying he's good marketing.
Yeah.
Fucking somebody could sell you a piece of shit. Like if they could sell it to you, then yeah, they did a good job. Doesn't mean the product's good.
Doesn't make the arachnids the good guys. No. They suck too. Probably worse. They're like the purest form of evolved fascism. I mean, they have a whole
No, they represent They represent the purest form of communism, not fascism. What do you mean?
No,
you really want to get if you really want to get down to
just a hive mind because they're bugs. Like I'm not even bringing political systems into any of this.
I know, but if you want to, if we fucking have to,
they don't even represent the hive mind that well because there's a moment where two of them are fighting.
Weird.
Yeah.
Like because
it's almost
really
as if the movie's
down,
inconsistent.
Yeah. But if you really want to get down to this fucking dumbass and try to apply like deep politicalisms, they're more like they are one massive collective, like with no sense of individuality, working for the collective goal of their species, i.e., communism. That is fucking oversimplified as fuck, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thing going on too, but we're not really supposed to know much about them. The point is that they're faceless and we hate them and feel absolutely no sympathy or even pity for them.
When
Carl says it's afraid, you're meant to cheer too and also feel a
There's
little
a
relief.
moment where what's the fucking brown dude's name from Ratchek's thing?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. The moment where he it looks into his sympathetic eye and he just fucking
I feel like it was a deliberate choice on the filmmakers to make the eyes not like bug-like or fucking freaky looking, to make them actually like look sympathetic.
Yeah.
Because there's a moment where like, ooh, that was kind of raw, like, you know what I mean?
When meanwhile I was always just what's kind of weird about all that kind of stuff. A lot of blood spatter on people's skin and uniforms, all that kind of stuff. That guy gets a lot of green blood into his mouth, and it's just like, is that something not poisonous or just generally toxic?
Well,
for us?
we're shown it's not.
Yeah.
You ever seen the Broly movie? You just fucking you can survive off because they're pure protein. You eat bugs for 40 years and you could fucking match God.
Is that they're faceless and we hate them and feel absolutely no sympathy or even pity for them. When Carl says it's afraid, you're...
I don't know.
How long is Dragon Ball Z?
Let's see. Goku has to be in his like early 40s, so it probably was. Well, that's also because of hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah, are we counting the hyperbolic time chamber?
I mean, that's only like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, so it's not that big of a thing.
We're meant to
maximum of
cheer
4 years.
too, and also feel a little relief. Verhoeven didn't make them disgusting knife and slime swarm bugs by mistake. You're supposed to consider in what ways have we dehumanized our own enemies. But this film can still be viewed as a fun, mindless space war movie with some wink.
They're not human in the first place.
My guy, sometimes the curtain is just blue.
Yep.
Like that. Sometimes the curtain is just blue.
Sometimes it's
He
just
nods
bugs.
the jingoistic propaganda that can often accompany war, or it can be viewed as a brilliant send-up of fascism and how it glorifies violence, dehumanizes an others, an enemy or opponent, while showing how easy it can be for a society to slip into and eventually fully welcome fascism.
And communism, and oppressive oligarchies, and oppressive monarchies, blah blah fucking blah.
I think it vastly succeeds as both, but feel free to disagree. After all, figuring things out
Well,
for
I
yourself is
disagree
the
'cause you're
only
wrong.
true freedom anyone has. Yeah, sorry, there's no way I'm ending on a quote from a fascist. Fascists suck.
Oh
and war
god
sucks, as Howard
damn
Zinn-
it! You can't even let the fucking good line end, man. You have to always undercut that shit.
Yeah.
It's so fucking slimy. It's like he's not allowing the movie to have like one good point.
And as Howard Zinn said, war itself is the enemy of the human race. Those who want peace must prepare for war.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Also, Howard Zinn probably wouldn't say that with a fucking tyrannid eating on his fucking skull. So
yeah.
Like,
Xenophobic. Have you seen these things?
Like that's the idea. It's like, oh, war itself is the enemy of the human race. That's cute, but we're fighting bugs that want to eat us.
Like there are times where war is just
Maybe
a
if we just fucking
necessity.
hug it out. Maybe if we just hug it out the Tyranids, maybe they won't throw a fucking Death Star sized Tyranid at us.
Yeah, and war is just a necessity a lot of times.
My brother in the Imperium, you killed all the good ones.
And it's like, and I could see somebody going like, well, he's not talking about that. He's just talking about the human condition. Yeah, but we're not talking about the human condition. We're talking about a fucking fictional movie. We're having fun. This is an instance in this universe, in this fictional story, where war is actually good because the thing that's trying to kill you is a monster.
And even then, like, I just think, I personally just view that this like quote, it's pointless. It's not to be like, oh, it's hippy dippy. No, it's unrealistic.
Yeah.
Said war itself is the enemy of the human race. Next week, I don't even know. Definitely part 2 of Dead Reckoning, and I could probably safely say less fascism next week.
What was Dead Reckoning?
Mission Impossible.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was fucking awful. Holy shit.
You could probably say fashion less next week. Let's see. Let's end it out. See if he like does that cool. Because even though CinemaSins sucks, I like the way he ends his videos. So let's see if he at least ends his videos fun.
Okay.
Don't be afraid. Can't do human. Yet.
What? Okay. Then no, does he not do the thing?
No.
They stopped doing that. This shit was so fun. You know what I'm talking about? Where every time CinemaSins ended a video, he would like have the movie itself play.
Yeah,
and
and
he would
make
have
a bunch
like
of inside jokes.
like no, he
Skins
wouldn't
did
make
that.
he wouldn't make inside jokes. He would like have like other lines over the movie, like
Yeah,
other
it's-
lines from other movies in this movie, which I thought was really
Yeah.
clever.
Yeah, Sins
Yeah.
would do it, not Wins.
Oh, that's dumb. Then yeah, he's useless. He's literally a worse copy of Sins. What the fuck? How did you do that?
Yeah.
But-
I would
don't you
actually
understand-
rather watch Sins than Wins.
But don't you understand? He's positive.
It's gay.
Cinnamon Wins is like Cinnamon Wins is like this the definition of like toxic positivity. We must be positive about fucking everything.
But then he's not because he keeps calling this movie fascist. So whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
that was worthless. But fuck it. I'm mad. I'm so deflated because I was actually hoping this would be a somewhat okay experience. But no, he's stupid.
I mean,
I thought he'd
I
actually
got
go
more.
more in depth on
Mhm.
like what he would on his points, because like if we want to because I was full on prepared. It's like if you want to have the fascism argument, fine, let's do it and go into like every single aspect of how the Federation like operates.
Mm-hmm.
But no, he didn't even do that.
No, you know what? I'll give Jules Chan this. At least every single 5 fucking seconds he said something, there was like 10 things wrong, so it gave a shit to talk about.
Jules Chan, the Rebel Moon guy.
No, Jules Chan is the Mary Sue guy. Remember?
Oh, God.
The Green Ranger is like Batman.
Anyway, that was Cinema Wins Helldivers 2. Yeah. What a waste.
That was yeah. I mean, like I got something out of it, but like it was just typical Cinema Wins cringe.
Yeah.
But whatever, content is content.
Can't wait for the new wave of drones.
Yeah.
Have that.
Yeah. So remember, like, just remember, we
Like and
need
subscribe.
you. Like, subscribe to me and to YARP
For
because
democracy.
For democracy.
And Knights of Baller.
Exactly. I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part. Damn it. We're supposed to do it at the same time. Sorry, I didn't know who to say it first. Anyway, bye, fuckers. Lol.
Bye.